Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Bought a Mic, a podcast about every single Steven Spielberg movie. We went long, double episode. This is part 2 of 2. We talked about E.T. and Close Encounters in part 1. And now we're talking about the other 33. With Adam's special ranking, spectacular, commemorating the end of his special Films for Breakfast Spielberg series. Let's get into it. All right, Adam, it's your time to shine here. So,
buddy. Okay.
So how do you want to do this? You have 35 movies to list.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, 35.
You want to go bottom to up? Let's do it in chunks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
do you have tiers?
So I'm requesting 30 minutes for each film. Is that okay?
Yeah,
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. What time is it? 9:30. We can be here till 2 a.m.
Awesome. That's conservative, but okay. Yeah. So I mean, So just like stop me whenever.
Well, no. Let's set it up a little bit. Like, how did you feel like before you started the series?
Yeah.
And then how did you feel after? Like, how much did this ranking change?
Pretty drastically. I mean, movies that I'm all, because right now, like just personally, this is not for a series. If anyone's keeping score of my Letterboxd, I'm rewatching all the Pixar movies right now.
We all are.
I have people that like text me. They're like, "Are you planning a Pixar series?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I could not like mentally do that."
Where's the good dinosaur?
2 days ago on my logged. So yeah, like I think maybe this awakened something in me where I was like, I'm now like re-ranking things like with rewatches, and it's coming out completely different than it originally was.
What were your first watches?
You mean like the first Spielberg movie I ever saw, or like during the series?
Yeah, like which movies did you watch for the first time during the series?
Okay, I got you. So I believe Always, Amistad, 1941, Sugarland, Color Purple, and Empire of the Sun.
Is that the bottom?
No. I was just going throughout like the ones,
because usually like people have seen most Spielberg movies except those, and those
some of the big ones.
Yeah. No, I mean those are scattered throughout my list. Those are just the ones I hadn't seen. And honestly, like there's some of those where I'm like I've seen bits of The Color Purple throughout my life, but I don't think I've in totality seen it until the pod. Even though I didn't cover it, like you were saying, Hunter, I just watched the movies, even the ones I didn't do a full episode on. But yeah, like I had seen like at least 30 or just like south of 30 before I did it. But no, my feelings for it were like, I was deeply curious if it was going to change or kind of remain the same. And I'm very thankful that it changed as drastically as it did, because now I feel like I have obviously a deeper understanding of what drove him throughout each film. That's one thing I very deliberately try to do throughout the series, is kind of make a through line, like a story where if you listen to each episode in succession.
What did we pick up last?
Yeah. Yes. And what brought him to this point? What is on his mind last time? What is there connective tissue between this film, the last film, and the next film, and this film? Mm-hmm. Like I tried to dig into that as much as I could. The most you can as someone that cover like 30 fucking films on a pod series, but I tried my hardest to do that. So
did you build up to like any big question marks? Like, was there anything that you were sort of trying to hit throughout that was like, wow, I really wonder how this hits in context? Yeah,
I think, one thing I really like questioned as I was going was like, I think I didn't really subscribe to this theory until I did the series, was that each, you know how like Disney movies have like an era, or like the animated Disney films have like an era to them? Yeah. Like it's the Renaissance, I don't know the names of them, but there's like the eras to them. Spielberg kind of has his own eras of like filmmaking.
Eras tour, Spielberg.
That's going to go crazy on Etsy. But
don't you have the Mission Impossible shirt?
I do have the Ethan Hunt Eras tour shirt that I bought just for the 2 screenings 3 years apart. But yeah, so I think was kind of like, my big question was like, how am I going to define that? Because everyone has like a different answer for like when one era ends and another begins. And that was the most interesting thing, was like kind of like, where does one start and begin? And it's messy. Like my feelings on that change. Like, does one end with like Jurassic Park, or does it begin with Jurassic Park? You know what I mean? But I would argue that like his blockbuster reign kind of ends with Jurassic Park, and he tries to start it back up again with The Lost World, and kind of, I don't say fails, but like you can tell that like he was kind of positioned to that film, which is not a bad film, but it's just kind of like ho hum as a Jurassic Park sequel.
I mean, I feel like that
constitutes failing, to be honest.
I mean, like
For
we're
him,
talking
for
about
where
the
he's at.
rankings
No,
of
well-
his filmography.
Well, he's the only guy where if you make a perfectly fine sequel, but it's just not the best movie ever made, he sees that as a failure. And he has to reshuffle the cards a bit and then go on to direct just pure either dramas straight up, or if he is going to do
Oscar
a blockbuster, it's going to be extremely like Galaxy Brain, like Minority Report.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like The Lost World / Jurassic Park kind of changed like his brain
Yeah.
chemistry
Yeah.
as a film.
Late 90s is kind of, it's
so-
the midpoint divider.
Well, that's
It
the
is.
point. So he does Lost World, and is it right after that he starts up DreamWorks? Is that
Yeah.
start the
Yeah,
DreamWorks
I
era
think
of
Lost-
Amistad?
Mid
and
90s.
Yeah, like late 90s, and then
Yeah.
he does Amistad, Saving Private
Yep.
Ryan, that
AI.
whole run, AI. Yeah,
I
going into the early
believe
2000s.
because I think you're right that Amistad was that one of the first DreamWorks movies.
I think so.
And-
I think
but-
it might have been the first one, if
could
I
have been.
remember correctly. I'm
But-
trying to in Oscar Wars. The book they talk
Great
about
book.
that.
But with oh my goodness, Saving Private Ryan, that was like the most notable one. Like that was kind of the one that put them on the map as like a major studio, because so many people saw that movie and the DreamWorks logo played before it, and then it kind of became like a very synonymous company throughout the 2000s.
Yeah.
because that was 98, I believe.
Yes.
So, God, I mean, iconic.
Again, calling back to ET, the actual
Yes.
the Amblin logo, and yeah.
It's, by the way,
The moon.
shout out to Disclosure Day, which has like one of the best transitions from the Universal logo to the Amblin, like
So cool.
the moon. Like it's one
Yeah.
of the best things I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, no, it changed dramatically like throughout the series.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're unveiling
Can we
your
start,
ranking.
Can we start at the bottom?
Yeah.
I'm
Can
really
you-
I will
excited.
start-
Do you have just like block them up by like tiers?
So
by,
just
like,
list
bottom tier and then-
list like the first like 12. How many movies is it?
12
Did
I
you-
was
It's
gonna
35.
so you're not including Twilight Zone.
No, okay, so I still have not seen that. I probably should have, but I didn't know.
It's not a Spielberg movie.
No.
How much of a
he directed a
segment-
segment of it. Yeah, like
Yeah, that
30
doesn't-
minutes.
that does not count.
And did anyone die during that segment? Or
Exactly.
No, he did not direct
Okay.
a segment where somebody died.
so no Twilight Zone.
Let's
no
just-
Twilight Zone. I'm not counting that.
I think let's just go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
So
good.
bottom 5. Go.
So number 35 is maybe, I don't know if this is a hot take. Always.
You know,
I think
that it was always considered his worst movie, and now it's been like people are trying to reclaim it the last few years with the Blu-ray releases, and even Spielberg, like on pods, has been like, "This has been my most misunderstood movie."
I feel bad for Peepaw because I trust me, there's no one more than I who did a fucking series about the man. Like, there's no one else that wants to defend that movie more than I do.
And so does Steven on the
But-
big picture with his little ascot
Yeah,
scarf.
exactly. No, it broke my heart when I heard him talk about it because he is very self-critical and he's not above tearing apart his own work.
He
So-
is dead ass a peepaw though.
He is so Peepaw
so
coded.
He's
Peapod.
bro is peepaw.
Dude. Yeah.
That's actually what I called my grandpa. Who's dead.
Shout out to that Tamagotchi game we were talking about at 4th of July. My Victoria created Steven Spielberg on her island, and he's just like walking around. He's like married to Joe or something. I can't remember.
That's great. That's really cool.
Or he's beefing with Joe. I can't remember. I can't. It depends on the day, I think. Anyways, yeah. Always, I think.
I hate my wife,
Now,
Joe.
yeah, he's going through a Close Encounters situation right now where he's with Tamagotchis. He's fucking
His
around.
Tamagotchi's like building mashed potato mounds.
What a beautiful game.
Victoria's
He's
gonna
sitting in the
scream at me
shower
when I
with his
get home.
clothes on.
She's gonna scream at me when she listens to this because she's gonna tell me I got the lore wrong from her island. I'm gonna have like something wrong about it.
Yeah.
But
If it helps, Ernest over on my island is like a hopeless romantic. He's like lusting after Nathan unrequited, lusting after Laura Dern unrequited. Just keep striking out.
yeah, no, I always I think. So, okay, so with like 1941, you could make the argument that 1941, which I'll spoil is my 34th film, you could make the argument 1941 is the worst film, and I probably wouldn't like disagree with you, but there's something about Always that I just find so like, I'm just repellent to, where I'm like, and I think Blank Check, this is years ago when they covered Spielberg, but I think on their episode, I think it was Griffin that really dug into it, where it's like you can see the mechanics of how like in 1941, you can see like he has the technical prowess of creating a big broad comedy. The issue is that's just simply not funny. same thing here. Like you can see that he's kind of like emulating emotions and he knows like what to do. The only problem is conceptually it has like the weirdest story ever.
Yeah.
And
Is this based on something?
don't think so.
One of the co-screenwriters, all of his other credits are from like the 30s and 40s. Was it just a really old, was it a Peepaw?
It was Peepaw.
1989.
Dude, it's just the weirdest movie. Like Richard Dreyfuss is pretty bad in it. I think Holly Hunter is like wildly miscast.
Is it? Is this the final Richard Dreyfuss movie? Is that right? No, not Richard Dreyfuss. No, it's the final
Audrey Hepburn.
Hepburn movie. That's right.
It's her last.
I'm always mixing those two up.
It's his final movie. You said Richard Dreyfuss.
I don't have a lot to say about it other than I just think it's a movie where almost nothing works. And it looks beautiful, I'll give it that. Like the way he like portrays romance like in a visual sense, I find to be really compelling. But like there's also scenes with like Holly Hunter like having a manic like breakdown like in a kitchen and she's like cooking like chicken or something. And it's like the most like misfire I've ever seen in like a major motion picture.
Logline, big swing. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those log lines where you're like, I feel like 80% of the time this is going to go way wrong.
Yeah.
The spirit of a recently deceased expert pilot mentors a newer pilot while watching him fall in love with the girlfriend.
It's so bad.
It is funny because this is also kind of like, if we're like going through the extended run here of like how things start of like post 1941 of having like Raiders, E.T., maybe he shadow directed Poltergeist if you want to give him that in 1982 as well. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, Color Purple, where he gets some Oscar noms, The Goonies, which he was also very involved in the making of that movie, Empire of the Sun, Last Crusade, then he does Always, and then we have Hook, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and the 90s run.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a weird spot. Like he is at his apex.
Yeah.
To have Always.
So this is, by the way, a recreation of a 1943 melodrama. I guess just called Always. Yeah.
I have nothing to say other than it just does not work. Like comedically does not work. The younger pilot, whoever plays him, who I've never seen in a movie otherwise, I don't think, is completely terrible in it. His relationship with Holly Hunter, both Richard Dreyfuss's relationship with Holly Hunter and the new pilot's relationship with Holly Hunter, neither make sense. The chemistry is so manufactured, and yet the creepiest thing is that he tries to manufacture the Spielberg ending at the end. The issue is that every character is completely insincere and you don't like anyone. And so when he tries to play that note, it comes across in the worst possible way. And I think for that reason, it's my least favorite film of his, opposed to like 1941, which I also think is a bad film. It's my number 34. But I still appreciate the swings of that movie more. Yeah. Because it's so grandiose and it's so it's so technically accomplished that I almost want to like it if it was just even mildly funny.
So listen, wait. Oh, about 1941. Yeah. Hold on. Listen to this about Always really quick.
I'm sorry.
But it's basically a remake of a 1943 war film called A Guy Named Joe. This is is another thing that Dreyfuss and Spielberg bonded about on Jaws. I think the theory that like Dreyfuss was just the only guy who would vibe with Spielberg and it really affected Spielberg.
Spielberg was just
this is the result.
Kid.
Yeah, like they were both
Dreyfuss
just
like kept bugging him, like, "Come on, man, we need to get into the part."
And yet, even though they were the ones that like bonded about it, they offered the part to Hoffman, and he said no. Tough.
Damn. Yeah, I have nothing else to say other than it just does not work on any level. And same with 1941. It just
we gave too much breath to 1941 already.
Yeah, I agree.
What's 33?
33 is the BFG, which
BFG
I always forget about this.
Shout out to friends of the pod, I should say, Kira and Sean, who tried to they tried to do a coup on my pod to get me to cover the BFG. I simply did not let it happen. But unfortunately, I did get like 20 minutes in the movie and there were like 10 fart jokes more than I remembered. And I texted Kira, I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I should cover this.
Whenever we recorded our episodes of the pod, I think it was the day after you watched the BFG and you're like, I was like, oh man, I'm behind on my Spielberg watch there. I gotta watch these. And you're like, I think you're good on the BFG.
You're like, I think Steven Spielberg sucks.
And then you watch Ready Player One, you're like, never mind, I was wrong.
Cinema's bad. That's my number one.
So
I
I've seen it on TV like when I was younger, and I remember thinking it was like an atrocity. Like
the BFG.
It looks
it looks bad. It's
horrendous.
It's crazy that it's such a misfire on like what kids want too. You know what I mean? It's part of this genre of children's film that is so not for children that I felt this way. Remember when we talked about A Wrinkle in Time a million years ago?
Yeah.
Or
that
like
was your first episode on this podcast.
Or like Tim Burton Dumbo is another
God,
one
I
of
forgot about
these
that.
where like these like dark, like washed out,
that are just not for kids.
serious. Like why?
That's a great comp. Although I will defend the BFG a little bit because actually it's a gentleman's 3 out of 5 for me, despite being so low.
We're at the point that everything is a 3 or higher.
Yeah, honestly, I mean he has.
We've exited the bad films.
He has 2 bad movies for my money, and I think the rest are at least serviceable.
Yeah.
This I don't think is a complete misfire. I do agree that like the weirdness of like oh my God, who's the lead actor? Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He is the big fucking.
He's the big fucking giant.
Big fucking guy.
It is not only him, but all the other giants. They look terrible.
Yeah.
All these things are true.
He looks pretty terrible.
He talked to his friend. He spent a little bit too much time hanging out with his friend Robert Zemeckis, and he was like, "Guys, you got to get it on this new tech."
Well, I think I told you off mic, Hunter, when we were, I think before we recorded Ready Player One that night. We were talking about how there was an alternate version of this movie in the 90s where I believe that's when the screenplay was written. And he originally intended on making it then, and it was going to be Robin Williams practically working alongside miniature sets.
And that would have been so cool. Like that actually,
great.
That just immediately makes more sense.
Yeah, and
to have Robin Williams.
He just has like this kindness. And I will say that that's kind of what I do like about the film is that Mark Rylance's performance.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
He does like have this kind of like very humble persona to him. It's something we talked about in Bridge of Spies as well, where you kind of just do want to root for him going through like the legal system.
Yeah.
The same thing can kind of be attributed
Just
to
seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have nothing really to say about it. I think it's mostly inoffensive and fine. I laughed a few times.
Can you give me like 60 seconds on Bill Hader as Blood Bottler?
Go for it, buddy.
Ew, God.
I did not know this.
I'm asking you. I've never seen
hearing
this
that
film.
for the first time.
I've seen the movie and I was not aware of this. I saw it in theaters when it came out at a screening, and I will say it did play for the kids in the audience. Like, I remember like a bunch of kids like clapping when it was over.
Wow.
Because of Blood Bottler.
See, these are the movies that like when I was a kid, I had no time for.
Well, this was like
We're a little older for
2016.
this.
Yeah.
No, I know. Like I didn't see this one, but this type of movie. Like
Yeah,
when
I
I was
got
a kid, I did not care for these movies that are like a bit more.
This is like Mars Needs Moms
Serious?
coded like a little bit.
Did
like,
You were like at Hugo day one, just like, Mom,
It's just-
Mummy,
It's really
drive me to the cinema.
It's just really interesting that because Spielberg is obsessed with this exact type of story. Like there are more Pinocchio references in fucking E.T. Like he is obsessed with fairy tales.
He is,
and yet when he flat out made one, it didn't work.
Did you know that Jermaine Clement is Flesh Lump Eater?
I cannot say it. Recalled that.
That's crazy.
I mean, I won't lie. This one, having seen it before when I was rewatching for the pod, like it was kind of like I was doing shit while I was on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You can fold
Steven.
laundry while you're watching BFG.
You know, like I was like editing reviews and like doing like CACF shit, you know, like while I was on. And I wasn't missing anything. I've seen it before, but it's,
So that's 33.
yeah, it's whatever. Amistad is 32. I have nothing to say about it. It's completely serviceable. I'm kind of surprised me being like, I went to like AP history in high school. I'm really surprised I never saw this in high school. My history teacher that I had on Lincoln, he always loved this movie and he always said I needed to watch it. But it's completely fine. It's exactly what you think it is. It's fine. It's not great.
It's
Good
after
performances.
Schindler's List, so they're like, "Can you do the same thing for the slave trade?" And he's like, "I guess."
The most interesting thing about the movie is that it opens with oh my God, I forgot the gentleman who's in Gladiator and like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Jimon Honsu.
Yes, thank you. It opens with him, and he's kind of the lead of the film, and he's strictly like speaking in African with no subtitles, like they do in West Side Story with Rachel Zegler and her family. And I think it's a very bold choice to kind of like introduce you to this character. And I think the movie's decent. It's just not great. It never really goes for anything more than a retelling. It's maybe the worst offense is that it's more just kind of like Wikipedia copied and paste. But it's fine. It's cool.
Well, Matthew McConaughey's
I mean, this
in it.
this is going to be a recurring theme too. Is that like the issues that you have with the movies are script related because he doesn't write scripts, and it's
true.
It's fascinating that he's able to be such an all-time great and consistent director without writing the movies. Obviously, he's doing story on plenty. of them, and he's
involved.
And he has enough clout that even when it's not story by, like, he's still like pulling strings. But like,
absolutely,
a lot of the time, if you take a script that's just not good enough, you can't make it good enough.
He has writing credits on only 5 movies. That's it. Well, actually, no, that's 4 movies because one of them is
Close Encounters, AI,
E.T.
Oh,
not E.T. He does not have writing, not story by credit.
Wow. Story by he gets on Disclosure Day.
Story by he gets on Disclosure Day. Story by he gets on The Goonies.
Oh.
He has full writing credit for Poltergeist.
Yeah,
Again,
I know. It's movies he didn't make. Technically,
he made that movie.
He
AI
did.
you mentioned, and then Fablemans.
I was half tempted to do Poltergeist on the pod, like as a bit.
Yeah.
Because have you guys seen Poltergeist recently?
Yeah, Poltergeist.
Like
that movie rocks. That movie's
but if you like
kicks-ass.
watch it like again, like this year, you're like, this is a Spielberg
It's
movie.
kind of a
Like
Spielberg
it
No,
just
it's
has
Tobe.
it's Tobe Hooper. I think that's Amistad's fine. 31. This is maybe my most conflicted film on if it's maybe it was filmography. Hook. I think this.
yeah.
You guys did it for the Robin series, right?
Yeah, the Lost episode.
So that's it's a lost episode.
Oh,
Is it
Lost-
really?
Lost
Yeah.
Boy episode? Yeah.
Completely lost to time.
Wow.
I actually think it was a great ep. We had a lot to say about.
Peak pandemic.
But then you know
Oh,
the
shit.
slur
We had a lot
happened.
to say about Julia Roberts and what she was given. If we ever do a Julia Roberts series, we're gonna have to re-hook to dive back in to talk about her performance.
Not going to watch it again, but
Dustin Hoffman
I'll
series?
dust off my notes. You know,
That reminds me of when I did Z Canon and Kira and I did Jurassic Park on the pod, and we lost the video file for it, and we could not recover it, and it was literally one of the best pods I think I've ever recorded, and it broke my heart.
the fabled, like, legendary pod.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens to every podcaster at least once.
I
You're
will
just
say
gonna
our
lose
hook
one.
pod. I don't think we can say the same.
Honestly, I think that there were some really good bits in it. If I remember,
think-
I thought it was pretty funny. We were not high on Hook.
No,
We're not high on the story of Peter Pan.
I think so.
Just in media.
Like, grow up.
There are things I
Like, fucking just grow up.
I do
Get
remember
over
that.
it.
Well, that's okay. I think there are things I love about Hook, and there are things I hate
It's
about
just
Hook.
Dustin Hoffman is amazing.
it's just a strange movie. Like, it's just a. Is it kid or adult? You know, Steven.
No,
like,
I
am I
agree.
connecting with this hairy man?
Well, it's the relationship between the two, like how he can't comprehend which one he is, and it's kind of like he's at that point in his life where he's trying to hold on to it yet also move forward. And I think there is I think the first act of that movie before they go to Neverland is some of the best direction he's ever done. Like, in like the way, again, the blocking, like when you're in Wendy's old bedroom and like when the window opens and there's like the shot of the sword, like, or like the hook and stuff. Like,
This is sparking no memories.
I was gonna
all
say,
in my
you're
fucking
talking about
head.
the first act, and that was the
I'm looking at your eyes and they're so blank. I'm like, yeah, I got nothing.
I remember the first act just being like, "Can I please get the fucking to Neverland?"
Dude,
Because I'm watching Robin Williams be deeply unlikable right now, and
He's
I'm
got
not
very
having a good
important
time.
papers at
I'm not
work.
telling you to rewatch
It's
Hook.
giving Christopher Robin.
If you ever do rewatch Hook, look at it like through the lens of it like being about Spielberg. Like the shot where like he's like
yes.
arguing, like he like lashed out at his daughter or his son, I can't remember. And then like, but
This is about
but
Sasha.
the shadow is like overwhelming the shot. And it's, of course, that bleeds into like the Peter Pan lore and stuff like with the shadow, but also like how like this has personified him. He's no longer who he used to be, and he's forgotten who he was. He has suppressed his childhood, and I
So
think
if
that's
we're-
really mature.
If we're gonna draw the full thread here, Close Encounters is telling him like, you can fuck your kids, go on and be a great man. E.T. is like, having children is beautiful, and then Hook is kind of like, I made a mistake with these kids.
I can let
I
a
left my
pirate-
own childhood behind in
Yeah.
order to like pass
Go
it on
back,
to
go
others.
back.
I need to go back.
Well, I do think that stuff is great, and I think Hoffman as Hook is great, and I believe Bob Hoskins is Smee.
Bob Hoskins, yeah.
which is great. I love the
Bob Hoskins is me.
We didn't
so
talk
good.
about Close Encounters too. That's him.
Bob Hoskins and Close
No,
Encounters.
I'm thinking Bob Balaban. I'm
Bob
sorry.
Balaban.
Yeah, oh, he's great in that.
I know he rocks.
And the only other thing I'll say is that the are two other things: the production design, like the building of like the Lost Boys fortress, the ships. stunning.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Also, great bit where Hook is playing baseball with his crewmates, and he takes off his hook and he attaches like a baseball mitt to. Me and Victoria were laughing so fucking hard.
I feel like this should be higher on your list by how you're talking about it.
Those are the positives. The negatives: Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell is awful.
It's a train wreck. It's so
horny,
and it feels so separate from the rest of the movie.
It literally is.
Yeah, it feels like webisodes.
Yeah,
in the middle of the movie.
It is unforgivable.
Yeah, it's really remarkable.
And I will say, like, and this is where like the fucking I'm gonna spare words. I think the millennials that claim this movie have not seen it in 30 years, and that's why they claim it.
It's not. It's not good.
Everyone loves Rufio, and they love the Lost Boys. They all fucking suck in this movie.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Remember
to
when
say.
they go and do like parkour on the rocks?
That's kind of cool.
It's cool the first time. They do it like 40 fucking times, and they do it for an hour. And
I did not like the movie. I did not like that movie.
I gave it. I'm looking at. I have 3 stars on Letterboxd. I'm like, I think worse of this movie than 3 stars. I think
but
I was being blinded.
But the viewing,
with
but
that.
also like the viewing experience is pleasant because it looks cool because it's Spielberg. You know what I mean? So like it has a visual momentum.
I will say this movie, it's like the most like this was shot on a soundstage and on a set of any Spielberg movie I've ever seen.
A lot of soft lenses, I remember. A lot of sort of, almost blurriness.
I'm like, that's
on
a
purpose.
fake
Very
rock
90s
right there that you're jumping off.
So, and this was the one that Columbia brought him back for. Like this, like they missed ET. They're like, okay, yeah, you can do your fucking Peter Pan movie
That's
with
so
us.
funny.
And then he got hooked.
This movie was a financial success, though, right?
It was like I think it
was a
opened big,
huge
but
home
it didn't
movie
have
success.
great.
Yeah, what's the
legs.
word of mouth on fucking Hook?
No, but I'm saying like this was in early 90s, though. At least you had like you could make fucking really good money off of home videos at this time, and I feel like Hook was a good movie.
It has a great teaser poster where it's literally just Hook's hook, and then it just says like Christmas. And it's great. And I believe they shot this and released it in the same calendar year, which you can kind of tell.
The lasting legacy of this movie is obviously that it inspired the Good Neighbor sketch, Unbelievable Dinner.
Oh wow, yeah. I think it's very mid. I think you summed it up like there's like it kind of plays, which I can't deny.
It's just when you're watching it, you're like, this isn't even fucking good, and you're making it like watchable. You know?
Exactly. Like
this is stupid.
But the bad in it is so bad that I feel very conflicted.
I think all of the Lost Boy. Anytime they're moving in a fun way, I was cracking up at how stupid, how awful it was.
I loved that shit when I was a kid, and I do have very fond memories of this when I saw it as a kid. But man, watching it as an adult, I just fucking hated everything with the Lost Boys. I really did.
It's the Lost Boys in particular. I feel like have aged poorly. Like they're like a very like 90s like skateboard type cool,
it's very weird. It feels very much like market research like inspired like choices.
Hello, fellow children.
Like
Spielberg doesn't connect with the way those Lost Boys are.
It makes no sense canonically because like it takes place like the 1940s or something, or like whenever like or like 1960s, however long since the first Peter Pan story that he's trying to tackle, and it's like it just doesn't work as a movie. But I have enough fond memories with it that I'm kind of like, fine, it's a 3, whatever. But I really had issues with it.
It's a 3 stars.
Well, I had it like at a 3.5, like just off memory, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think Hook's fairly fun.
God, I kind of want to fire up Hook again just to see if it's like
interesting watch. It does not work most of the time, but
you're right though that like the Tinkerbell stuff in particular, it might be like the worst thing he's ever done.
Yeah, I think so.
It feels like
it's by far the worst thing Julia Roberts has ever done. This is at a point in Julia Roberts' career where it's like she can't miss, and it's like, honey,
it's not her fault. Yeah. It's just every scene she's just like, I want to fuck you, I want to fuck you. And it's so weird. It's so siloed off from the rest of the movie because
she's fully by herself. All the scenes were shot without other actors around her.
It is so like just take it all out and nothing changes about the rest of the movie.
It's the fucking worst.
What are your next 5?
It's okay. I'm sorry, Hunter. It's Ready Player One at number 30.
Let's go.
This is an abomination.
I'll give you 20 minutes for this one.
Yeah.
I was so ready to high five you if Ready Player One was in your top 25.
Oh man, I
Top
wish.
20.
It's not good.
I think
It's a good movie. No. We talked about this on the pod. I have Ready Player One 3 stars on Letterboxd. To be fair,
I
mean, congrats. You know, that's not good.
I think
Is 3 stars good?
3 stars is a good movie.
passable. I think
3 stars is
yeah.
like. Here's the thing: we need to fucking fix. We need to reclaim the star system and just say that 3 stars is a good movie.
I think to me,
If a movie is bad, then I'm going to give it 2 or 2.5 stars.
I think that you think that it's better than 3 stars and you've been pressured into giving it 3. I think the way you talk about that movie is 3.5.
No, because
at least.
here's the thing. I think that
I have it at 3.5.
Parts of it look like absolute dog shit, but I think that the human stuff, and that was what we talked about in the pod,
absolutely.
is fucking incredible. And like the chemistry that Ty Sheridan and Olivia Cooke have with each other is fucking real, man. And it's works
good
in that movie.
It's good. I mean, it's for me. I think there's a lot of it that I kind of vehemently like oppose, just like as a cinema goer.
But I mean, is he
Actually, I downgraded to 3.
is he going to
Right in real time, you just
No.
downgraded it?
I double checked. I thought I had it 3.5.
is he gonna? But is Ty Sheridan going to accept that the real Olivia Cooke actually has a little
scar?
red mark or whatever? That, by the way,
so
that's also
funny.
like a change from the book where like
She's
looks
supposed to be like
you were
really
telling me
ugly
this on the pod. Yeah.
yeah, like that. It's bad.
I think she's supposed to be like overweight and like she's supposed to look like not attractive.
I just think.
and
Well,
then-
yeah, I think it's just like she looks nothing like that. I think she's a different race. And
I think
stuff.
that she might be. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I
Yeah.
don't think that she was.
And yet, well, which which I get why you would
Steven
not.
insisted on her being.
Well, I get why you wouldn't put that in the movie because you know what I mean. Like
You don't want
the
her to be like,
just like the reveal at the end where she's like I'm a different race, and
he's like, oh, I'm on different
he's
forums.
like, oh shoot, my
of the
internet's
Oasis.
actually getting really bad right now. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Well, I would get.
Parzival's like also on like fucking like. He's on the other red pill.
Well, if
He's just like, no, I actually am this weird looking in real life too. So
Well, I think, I mean, I will say for listeners, like if you really want to just hear like Hunter wax poetic about it, like the pod we did together for this movie,
you need to give that movie 3.5 right now on Letterboxd. You are lying to yourself.
Like
You're lying to yourself.
Listen to our pod because I think that we talk about like what doesn't work about it and everything.
Yeah.
But it's I still think like
You like it.
you know what, I'm giving it 3.5. So
Yeah, come on.
Peer pressure works.
I'm gonna comment on it like you're a fucking idiot.
hey, there are dozens of us. David Sims out here with 5 stars on Letterboxd.
Ew.
Let's
He's
go.
lying.
No,
I-
he loves it. Look, it's
loves
being
it.
reclaimed by people because it's good. And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
They should put that on the poster. It's
being reclaimed. Here's the thing.
Because it's good.
Yeah, it's like how like the F slur was reclaimed by gay people.
Spielberg
not
himself.
inaccurate.
Spielberg himself, he likes the movie, and also I will say that this movie, in particular, it has like if you want to just like put something on in the background during a party or something like that, get the fucking 4K for this movie and just put that shit on the TV in the background.
I think the
Homie, it's singing.
I should put that on the poster also.
Yeah, if you're hosting
Put
an
it on there
orgy,
and mute it.
if you're hosting
that's
a
the most
fuck party,
cursed idea I've ever heard in my life.
I can't wait for the next. What's the next holiday? The next 4th of July party?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be.
what do
Ready Player
we
One
think about
background.
Mark Rylance in that one?
I had
Mark
the hot
Rylance
take on the pod that I thought he was really bad.
You
and
guys
liked
really
it.
got into it.
I really like Mark Rylance in
Yeah.
this movie. Because I think that I like this tone of Mark Rylance.
Like the Zuckerberg Jobs kind of.
So I buy that version of Mark Rylance between like his role in this and something like Bridge of Spies much
Yeah.
more than I buy him as like the BFG. I don't buy him as like
Big fucking guy.
the warm figure. Like I guess there's like kind of a charisma to him in something like Bridge of Spies, but like that's not how I want to see Mark Rylance.
The best he's ever been is in the fucking Guadagnino.
Yeah, Bones and all.
That is
That's
peak
I
Rylance.
don't
Yeah.
trust him when I look at
he
that
is
guy.
a scary hat man that pops up.
I think, I mean, the big like chase or like the big race sequence with the DeLorean and all that shit. That's
so bad.
I think that scene's pretty fucking awesome. Like,
See, it's funny. Our pot that like we both came out positive, but like we like completely opposite things.
Well, I mean, but like the way I know it's all like digital, but like the way that he like constructs that sequence blows my mind every time I watch it. Like even the Shining sequence, which is I think visually a little like off. Not just a little off, it's off. But like what he does though, like the way he recreates like the Overlook, it's astonishing.
Everything until you get to the dumb fucking part where they're dancing over like the abyss, I think is awesome. Like I think all that shit fucking rocks. My biggest problems with the movie are the book itself. It's the source material that kind of suck of like, man, nobody ever thought to drive backwards on the track. Like,
that's not in the book. Not in the book.
I'm just saying
that's not in the book.
Well, it's written by the same fucking guy who wrote the screenplay.
That is not in the book. That's why the movie pissed me off, because like the book is just stupid enough. You can't make it dumber.
Okay, Mr. Ernest Cline Sam.
I'm just saying.
Look, Ernest Cline wrote that as being the way that you get the keys. So
I know. I'm just saying. It blew my mind because the book. There's never been a book that was more written to just become a movie.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah,
and yet so much is different. It's like, well, why?
Some parts are, but then there's other parts of like, oh, you have to. What's the one way to get the key? I talked about this on the pod because I re-looked all this up. One of them up is that like you have to. They were much more convoluted. How do you get the key? You have to do like multiple steps.
Well, remember, there's a key to a gate.
That's what it is. That's a key to a gate.
And they remove that in the film.
You have to completely reenact war games.
Yeah.
And doing the lines verbatim. And I was like, yeah, that would have played great for this.
No, I know.
Just doing stuff like that. Or like you have to just watch him play a video game for a while here.
That's like the war games thing in particular was like unadaptable, but also like very fun to read. Because I like war games.
Yeah, War Games is a great movie.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's my issue with it is like reading the book is like this is a script and like it's guaranteed to be fine. And then the movie's just that and Steven Spielberg made it.
But here's the thing.
Make it better than that.
But when fucking Gundam shows up though at the end,
freaking Iron Giant.
When Iron Giant kills a guy,
I do remember people in our theater like freaking out about Gundam.
Gundam was.
Did you guys go to the screening of this movie?
When Gundam strikes the pose.
No, this was pre-screening.
Pre-screenings.
We saw it in the theater together though.
We did.
Okay, yeah, because I remember
and I defended it on this podcast series. If you want to go back and listen, it sounds like I'm sure.
One?
Yeah, I think it's like this movie's fine. War Horse is 29. I think this is an overhated movie. It's perfectly serviceable.
I think
this movie has its defenders.
It's
like
fine.
David Chen is like this is a 5-star movie.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely cannot go that far with it, but I think it.
What if there was a war horse?
What if there was a horse that was in a war?
It is too. I think without it's one of those movies that like conceptually is too funny. It's a joke. There were SNL sketches about it, and the sketches didn't have anything to do with the movie. It was just the idea of war horse is funny.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Like once you can get kind of past that, if you can get past that, I think my only real like big qualm with it is that like the leading character, he's a little bit of a blank slate, even though that's kind of the point, is that it's less about him and more so about like the journey the horse goes on, and just like you as an audience member being a vessel of this guy trying to get back to the horse and vice versa. And I will say like the whole like whistle finale at the end where he's like the main dude's like blinded, but he whistles and because he believes he hears like the gallops of the horse, and he whistles and like the horse calls him, and even though he cannot see the horse, he knows it's him because he can like feel his face. And then the like soldiers are trying to like pull the horse away, and he's like, no, I like his hooves are like this color, and like, and it's I'm like fucking sobbing at a 3 out of 5 movie just because the ending is so powerful.
Do you think Jeremy Irvine was a misfire?
Was he the lead?
Yeah.
He's not like bad in it. I just think it's more so like how the character's written. I believe it was a stage play.
He is too.
Before
this guy is way too much of a model to be an actor.
He's like, I mean, because he was like
too hot,
early 20s when this came out. And so he kind of has like that young energy. And I like the opening segments on the farm where it's like, you know, they're trying to stay like on the outskirts of the war and they're really trying not to be bothered. But they just cannot keep that from impacting their economy and like how them as farmers are like impacted by daily life. Mm-hmm. And yet he's just trying to come of age in a society that's not letting him. And I think it's a decent movie. It's very schmaltzy, but I think because it's Spielberg, it kind of works. Very overhated movie. I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I will say, for as much credit as we want to give Peepaw for whenever he likes to, he does the double up. Like he is one of the great directors of doing the double up of 2 movies in a year ever, with like something like the biggest note of Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in the same year. Yeah, 2011, War Horse and the Adventures of Tintin.
Within a week of each other, by the way.
That's
Christmas Day versus like December 18th.
big miss there.
Just-
didn't quite. He really thought that he was like cooking again. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm doing Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can again."
Oh man,
and not quite.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I mean, I think it's perfectly fine, just not anything to write home about, but completely serviceable. 28, I have The Lost World. This movie really has its shooters. I just cannot justify putting it super high.
Yeah. It's kind of fun in like a B movie type way, but it's not like great.
The only issue is that it's the follow-up to Jurassic Park directed by Steven Spielberg.
That's tough.
Which might be the best movie ever made.
I do really love Goldblum in this movie.
Oh, he's great. I mean, here's the thing. There are shots in this movie. There are things that Goldblum does and says, or just things that Spielberg does behind the camera that are like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the script is just really stupid.
Talk about things that terrified me as a kid. The opening with the little raptors.
The girl and she like screams the mom catches.
That scene like fucked me. Like I saw that scene when I was like, I don't know, like 5 or 6, and that scene like really scared the shit out of me.
Drew mentions on the ET segment how like you're kind of like left with the suspense of, is ET fucking dead? They leave you with it until I can't remember when it's revealed, but like you kind of think the little girl died.
Yeah.
And then you get like 10 minutes like later you find out that she actually survived. It was just an injury. But the way that, because the mom screams, the mom like screams and then it cuts to Goldblum like yawning, which is one of the best transitions ever.
Great transition.
And then you just are following him for a bit and you're just like, oh, did this little girl fucking die in the cold open in The Lost World? Okay, so like, yeah, the issue with the movie is that it's just not thematically interesting. It's just a very ho-hum sequel to Jurassic Park. But if you just
unfortunately, they should have just never made any sequels to Jurassic Park ever.
I think there is a world where you don't do this movie and you let, in like 20 years, you let Spielberg direct Jurassic World as a commentary on legacy sequels, and that's also the best movie of all time. But that did not happen.
Well, and also, I don't think Kep can write that.
Listen, okay, I'm kind of like the first Jurassic World, I think is actually a pretty good movie for the reasons I'm saying, because I think it has more on its mind about, I told my friend Kira who hates Jurassic World, I defended it to her because she texted me about it. She's like, why do you like this movie? And I was like, I think that movie works because
you think Colin Trevorrow is a better director than Spielberg.
When you asked me earlier if Spielberg was my favorite director, I had to say no because it's Colin Trevorrow. But I think Jurassic World works because it's everything that Hammond did not want Jurassic Park to be personified. And I think that movie gets a little less credit than it deserves with kind of being deliberately digital and deliberately glossy for the first act and becoming really grimy by the end. And he kind of tears on the facade of like everything he went against and why he tried to protect the park from being that. Fallen Kingdom and Dominion and Rebirth, not good movies. But I kind of like the first Jurassic World. But I can't help but think about what it would be like if Spielberg did it.
So I keep meaning to tell you, I've been reading the book. Have you ever read Jurassic Park?
No, I need to. I really
Guy
need
is
to.
actually reading the book right now too.
So I'm like halfway through it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that struck me is like, yeah, eventually you get to the part of the plot that feels like pretty lockstep with the film, but it takes a while to get there. Like the beginning of the book is very different. And there's a scene that is basically the opening scene of The Lost World. Like what you guys were describing about the little girl. Like there's a scene in the beginning of the book that is basically that. And there's so much that the book does before you get to the thing.
Yeah.
Right? Where you just start out in the outskirts of the island.
It's just like Jaws, where both films were acquired by the studios before the books were published. So in that way, you kind of see like why they just like kind of took a crack at the script before it even went to shelves, because they were just conceptually interested in it. And yeah, I mean, like with The Lost World, it just does not work fully as a great piece of art. It works perfectly fine as like a summer B movie, like you said, Hunter, but it's not, again, just comparatively to Jurassic Park, it's this follow-up film to that. I believe he took like a little bit of a break between the two, and then he followed up with Lost World, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. This and I think Amistad were the same year. Yep, they were both 97.
Yeah, and
he did The Duel in 93, and then he was like, I'm gonna come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm reloading. I've got The Lost World and Amistad. And everybody was like,
Yeah.
Maybe let this cook a little bit more.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's not great.
What's next?
My 27 is The Post. I think this movie is pretty solid.
Let's go.
It's just
It's fine.
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine. It's interesting. I think the fact that it was shot within, I believe, like 30 or 40 days or something.
Like while
and
he
it
was making Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Well, it was a response
On the
to
side.
something people forget about this movie is that it was made while like all the oh my god, the Russian stuff was coming out about Trump and everything. And he kind of like saw of course the parallels there, and he wanted to make a movie very timely around that time. This was made a year into Trump's first administration. I don't think it's a great movie. I think Meryl Streep's character needs more to chew on rather than just like, oh, I'm a rich white woman and I need to like commit more. It's like
it's crazy
whatever.
how good she is, even when the character isn't really much.
She's great in the movie.
She's
yeah,
like she makes you feel like, I remember leaving the movie feeling like she was like a real character, and then thinking about it, I was like, the character wasn't shit. It was just Meryl Streep.
Yeah, it's just Meryl. Yeah. I mean, this was supposed to be a double up. Ready Player One was originally slated for summer 2017.
Yes,
and then
right.
late 2017, The Post was going to be the Oscar push movie.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I think it's completely fine what it's trying to do. It's just not a home run. But I will
need
say,
to go back and rewatch this post Disclosure Day because I know that it has a lot of comps.
Great assortment of guys though, off the top of my head. Bob Odenkirk, Tracy Letts, Tom Hanks, of course. Oh my God, fucking Ian Hawke from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Why is that what I know him from?
Matthew Rhys is in it.
Matthew Rhys is great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who am I thinking of from Alvin and the
You're
Chipmunks?
thinking of David Cross.
Carrie Coon, Allison Brie, Bradley Whitford. It's
Bruce Greenwood. Jesse Plemons is great in this movie. Zach Woods. Yeah, just a great cast. So you can't go wrong. It's just not him at his best. It's fine. 26, maybe a bit of a hot take. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the fourth Indiana Jones movie.
Hot because it should be lower.
Yeah, people really don't like this movie, but also it has people that love it.
26 sounds right.
I mean, take a shot every time I say this.
I'd have it lower than Ready Player One, but that's just me.
I mean, I get it.
Just one man with a podcast.
I completely understand. I shout out to a friend of the pod, or friend of my pod. You guys don't know this guy, but my friend.
He could do friend.
You're not allowed to say friend of the pod.
My friend Rico, who was on the pod for this on my series, and it's literally his favorite movie of all time. And
Let's go, Rico. Okay, Rico's a friend of the pod, baby.
Rico, get on here. I want to talk about this because I think Cate Blanchett is horrendous in this movie.
Oh, but she's so fun.
I think she's awful in this movie.
She has,
and I love Cate Blanchett in everything.
She has the most Bob that has ever bobbed in this movie.
Fuck-ass Bob.
The fuck ass Bob.
She's more Bob than a damn minion.
That's crazy, dude. Tweet that right now. I think
tweet that about 2008 Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
It would do numbers, trust me, if it hit the right people. So consider this though, to all the criticisms. Did you know that the opening set piece in the artifact museum on the government base is the best thing ever made? Did you know that? Did you know that when he's like whipping around on poles and he's like crashing into trucks and he's running on the crates and he's fully doing it?
Yeah.
It's kind of the best movie of all time for like 20 minutes. Did you guys know that? I just wanted to
following
it's great.
Whatever the fuck
learning that
NB5
for the first
was,
time.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull went up a half star just because of how terrible Dial of Destiny is.
I like that one too.
I know you and Ernest can go to fucking Dial of Destiny Island where you get to talk to Archimedes together.
Amazing bit, by the way. I love. Oh my God, to have the final Indiana Jones movie and with him actually going back back to the past where he has mentally lived, I think is kind of brilliant, and that movie is pretty underrated. But I think this movie does a lot right.
We need to restack this episode and put this at the top because Adam is cooking on a level I've.
I might split this.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to split this up.
You're dropping nuclear shit.
Look, this is the beauty of being potting for now over 3 hours of this point.
The beverage is empty now. Yeah. This blue beverage.
You know, like I think
Blue.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was my first Spielberg in theaters.
Hell yeah, brother.
Because this was before
definitely,
before War of the Worlds,
And
right?
this was
No, this is no. This is after War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds was my first one.
So War of the Worlds.
This was definitely my first because this is also
War of the Worlds is 05.
like peak Shia.
God, am I?
Yeah.
Should
Like,
I
I
this
saw
is my
this
number
in-
one actually. God, this is I kind of love this movie. My only
Has anyone ever been as on fire as Shia was in 2008?
well,
Like it's nuts.
that goes to my issue with the movie. He is not. He's pretty rough in this movie, and he notoriously got into like, into it with Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
He kind of
Well, who knows who's right in that?
Yeah, who's to say?
Sorry, I need to clarify. I'm pretty sure The Terminal was my first Spielberg in theaters.
Wait, really?
Same here, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there with you, bro.
That's really
Yeah.
funny.
I think everything before they go to like the jungle is like 10 on 10, like the motorcycle chase where he's like hanging on to the back of Mutt's motorcycle and he's like getting dragged on the street and stuff. And there's like
It's good shit.
the Russians are like chasing him. Amazing
Yeah.
stuff. And he goes through the college campus.
Well, I mean, you
great.
skipped over the fucking nuke.
Oh,
Yeah, the nuke. The nuke
the nuke
itself
is awesome.
The
He,
nuke is
he gets out of
great.
the fridge.
The
yeah.
People hate the nuke.
That's fun.
The nuke is fun.
It's an Indiana Jones
Yeah.
movie.
The silhouette of
Come on.
him it mirrors the shot in Raiders where he's like looking over like the mining in
Yeah.
the desert. It's him like looking over the nuke blast and
Yeah.
it's just his silhouette. Oh my fucking
That's
god.
It's a fun movie.
Everything
Really fun
towards the
points.
end, like before we get to like the actual Kingdom of the Crystal
Yeah.
Skull, when they're just like hanging out in the woods,
Ray
it's like
Winstone-
the movie just like does nothing for like 30
Yeah.
minutes almost.
I haven't seen this since I saw it in theater in
It's-
2008, and that is exactly what I remember. I remember it completely losing a sense of shape, like in a way that
Runs out of steam
Back then,
completely.
you're not consciously thinking, but I remember as a child being like,
I'm bored. Like
yeah, just being like, this
Yeah.
is not coalescing.
yeah.
I think when they first get like to like the jungle and like it's just him and Mutt and they're like in the cave and stuff and like they're like doing the classic like it's a trap door and he like and
that
there's the
stuff
great
sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that. So, well, like because at this point Mutt doesn't know anything about Indiana Jones and he's like, you're a teacher, and one of the best lines of all time, he just looks at him and goes, part-time. And it's great. Dude, this is so good. It's just when they get to the jungle and he's like swinging on the vines and Ray Winstone like quadruple crosses them like back and forth like 10 times. Like it's so rough at that point that it does lose me a bit.
Yeah.
But again, though, it fucking ends with Indiana Jones encountering metaphysical aliens.
that stuff is cool.
What the
The
fuck?
UFO coming out of the earth.
I'm such an Indiana Jones kid that when I saw that, and again, I can't escape the fact that I completely grew up on this movie and Indiana Jones in general. And it also has a UFO nerd and like, it just, it hits a lot of right things, even though I can admit it's not perfect, obviously, but I think it's really fun and I think it's good. And I think it's, and also when he fucking, the like crescendo to that opening set piece in the museum or in the artifact place, when he like straps himself, like he sets off like the rocket and he goes like blasting through the desert, like full speed. One of the best things Spielberg's ever done. Great
Wow. Oh, I mean, you made your case.
Yeah.
movie. It's a great movie.
You're like number 26.
Yeah.
26.
I do think that this was the first
probably
Indiana
higher.
Jones movie that I saw. I'm pretty sure that I saw this movie
same.
before I
100
saw Raiders.
100%.
Very common. A lot of people.
Yeah, in our age group, yeah.
2008 was just the Shia year for going
Yeah.
to movies. I went to any movie that he was in.
It's true.
Just know I'm changing my rank in real time. This was actually probably higher. The next movie we're about to mention is, I think, canonically lower. The Sugarland Express.
Okay.
I have nothing to say
Wow.
about it. It's good. It's interesting. It's morally thorny. I like that.
I have this movie like way higher up on my list than you.
It's a good movie.
Dude, I think Goldie Hawn is like exceptional in this movie.
She's great.
I love her
Who
in
plays the guy in it? I forgot.
William Atherton.
Yeah, he's great. The cop is great. It's just
Yeah,
good.
but
Like I
Captain
don't-
Tanner.
My only issue with it is that it's a great performance piece. It just does not go past that for me. It's just a movie about pretty unlikable individuals, and and I think he does a great job at like tackling that. It's just, I really have nothing to say other than it's well made. I didn't love it, but I think it's good.
I think that give this movie like a rewatch in a few years.
Okay.
I think that I was lower on it on the first watch, and then rewatching it, I was like, now kind of knowing that it's a road movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you're just going on this journey with these people of like watching deeply flawed people who don't know, like it is this couple that are getting their kid taken away from them, like by like Texas DCF.
Yeah.
And it is just like she like breaks her man like out of jail because she's like, we need to prove to them that we are like a good family.
Yeah.
And it's like every decision that they make is the wrong one.
Yeah.
And it's like very, very like
taking
they're
a cop
not
hostage on the road and like making
they're
a friend
like
out
not
of him. Yeah.
they just think like, oh well, if we just take him with it, like we have a cop hostage and they have to give us our kid, like not thinking through anything like that. But I think that there's incredible performances in here.
It's very well made. I just emotionally I don't feel much for it, but it's a good movie. It's very good. 24, The Terminal.
There it is.
Very nice.
My wife.
I think
and he's doing a Kazakhstan accent. Tom
can
Hanks is?
someone fact check what the
It's a
country is
made
called?
up country.
No, it's a,
Made up
it
Eastern
is a fake
European
country,
country.
but they say it like a billion times in the movie that I should remember it.
Krakosia. How could we forget?
Eerily similar to the
Homeland
I feel like it's
the X-Men country from the Hickman run.
Oh yeah, Krakoa.
it's gotta be more racist that it's not a real country. Don't you think? Like
yeah, because absolutely. His performance is very endearing, but Ernie kind of summed it up perfectly already. Catherine Zeta-Jones's character does not work at all.
she falls for him,
No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the weird thing is that they treat it like that, but
she just like understands him.
She's friendly with
Yeah,
him.
like
no, she
she's
just
like-
kind of like vents to him and then fucks off.
Well, they hang out a lot. They go on dates.
Yeah, well, he thinks it's a date, and then she's just like, "I'm married."
What the
Like
hell?
what? But then it's kind of still charming
What
because like
is-
Diego Luna and
does
the
she
other
still
guy
have-
is like they're pretending to be waiters at like a Skyline restaurant that does not exist.
You
And it's
guys,
kind of
I'm going to make a commitment right now.
You're gonna
Yeah.
watch the Terminal.
I'm gonna watch this tonight.
Let's go.
My
It is
girlfriend,
currently
my
3
girlfriend
a.m.
is out of town.
It's Terminal.
It's Terminal Night.
I don't care what it costs.
You're
I don't
coming
care
home
if
with
it
me, buddy. We're firing it up.
I don't care if it costs $4. I'm gonna watch.
You
it.
want to swing by my house? I'll give you the Blu-ray. You can just have it.
No, I want to watch. I want it to be low quality.
No, that's the ideal way to see it.
I want.
It's
I
like
want some buffering.
if it's over 480p, I don't want it. Yeah, I think it's very charming. Good performance from Hanks. Tucci is on a different level in this movie. He's great as the like antagonist.
It's on Paramount.
And he's the president of the airport.
Yeah, he's like the guy.
Is a security?
He's like the
chief.
Yeah, I think so.
Something.
And he has like a monologue about like how many people come in and out of the airport each year.
Guys, I
It's a
forgot to tell
great
you, I
Tucci.
decided I'm
he's
running
great.
for president of MCO this election cycle.
I mean, the scene where like they're trying to help, like Victor is trying to like help that one passenger or like that one like visitor like get through immigration, and then Tucci like rages on him about like, no, you cannot help this person because that's not how the world works. And it's just like really good shit. The only issue is it's also there's another movie happening that's not as great, but like when it's just like him like shaving in a bathroom and like applying for a job at Burger King, and he's eating like ketchup sandwiches because he doesn't have any money. It's like
They built that whole airport.
yes,
set.
because they wanted to shoot it in LaGuardia, I believe.
I think it
and
was Houston.
it was one of them. Post 9/11, they could not do it.
Wow.
But yeah, the fact that they constructed an airport is incredible. I'm so glad you brought that up. Good movie, just
It's set at JFK.
yes.
Nathan Fielder did that not an hour ago.
Yeah.
According to the Wikipedia, Spielberg decided to direct The Terminal after Catch Me If You Can because he wanted to make a film that, quote, could make us laugh and cry and feel good about the world.
I mean,
Okay.
Why did 9/11
Peepaw, go back to bed.
9/11 ruined his brain? Like what happened?
We haven't even gotten to War of the Worlds yet. Which
yeah. Speaking of that, that's not my number 23, but
Hunter, did you go to Krakosia on your vacation?
yeah, that was actually we had a
Did the
layover
crew
there.
stop
Yeah.
there?
It,
oh, that's where you got that
things were
button-up shirt
not
from.
going well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shirt.
That was from Krakosia.
It's a beautiful shirt. Handmade.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome.
the tiny children hands of Krakosia.
My buddy got hairline surgery in Krakosia.
Krakosia, yeah, they do really good LASIK too.
It's like
Nobody talks about
it's
the
like
LASIK,
$50.
but-
What if it's like Tel Aviv? Like, is that the parallel?
I'm from Krakosia. This is my favorite movie.
Krakowia got fucked in the World Cup this year. Like
Fuck, dude.
They got robbed. The
really-
refs really
yeah.
had it out for Krakowia.
Fuck, man.
The Krakowia strip.
That's crazy. Oh man. I'm
the
sorry, Ernie.
Palestinians are just fighting for their own home in Krakowia. And
Okay. All right.
So what's the next movie?
No good transition here. Empire of the Sun.
Great.
Damn. This feels a little low.
I mean, it's a good.
I mean, but think about all the movies that are going to come after this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting movie about like childhood, like response to like war, and like you don't understand why there's a war going on, and yet you're kind of stuck in it. And they by the way, Christian Bale's first performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tremendous
Yeah,
in this
so
movie.
good.
Malkovich is fucking incredible in this movie. I mean, it's very good. It just, I feel like it has a certain ceiling that doesn't go past.
Yeah. I mean, in the context of Spielberg, it's like, yeah.
It's again, it's really good. Like the movie that it is, it's kind of like it's a great version of that movie. I just think that version, like, I just doesn't go to like the heights of like, you know, any of his other like war-esque movies.
Yeah.
war
Like
epic.
but I mean, also by design, it's through the eyes of a child, so there's like a kind of a sense of innocence to it. I think it's a good movie about the loss of innocence in a way that also does feel like emotional by the end. Again, not a perfect movie, but very, very visually beautiful, great performances. If nothing else, worth seeing for Christian Bale's first performance. Great child performance from him.
I remember watching this one a lot as a
and-
kid. I think my parents really liked it.
Mr.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe Pantoliano's in this
He's
movie.
great,
I
too.
wanted to do a quick plug for his headshot on IMDb. It's a really great hat.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's really great.
Anyway, what's next?
Yeah.
That is a really great
I'm
hat.
looking at the hat now.
It's a great hat.
He looks really happy.
He wears that for like a majority of Bad Boys 4. I'm pretty sure in Bad Boys 5, when he's like in the afterlife, he's literally wearing that hat.
He just brought it. It's his hat.
Yeah, it's his hat.
He went to costuming one day and then he's like, no, don't worry, I got it.
Shout out to the Disney Plus series Wonder Man, in which he plays himself.
Oh, did you watch that?
He plays. He
He's
plays
so
Joey
good in that like
Pants.
one scene he's in.
Hey,
Yeah.
Last of Us, one scene, incredible.
I love that because he's like beefing.
Ansasance?
He's,
Are we in it?
He's beefing
No.
with Ben Kingsley a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a one-sided beef that he doesn't know
Yeah.
he's a part of. It's God, that's such a good show. 22 is The Color Purple. Perfectly serviceable movie. It feels very manufactured is my biggest criticism to it.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I'm kind of surprised that it is as high as it is on your list.
It's the issue, not issue. It's funny that it's a positive, but I call it an issue. The issue with it is that it just undeniably plays really well, and it's very like just influential.
It takes a long time to get going for me. And like I get like some of the themes do work and stuff like that. But the whole time I was watching it, it is the most like I'm watching a play, but it's being filmed movie that you will watch.
But also,
and I'm like, man, I bet this is a great stage play.
I don't know though. Like when you're watching it though, like the first act, I mean, yeah, it is deliberately slow, and you are getting, but you're also you're covering so much history with these sisters, and like her going over.
It's great
to,
performances.
Danny Glover in this movie, dude.
Danny Glover
he is
scary.
a
insanely
nightmare.
good.
Yeah, he's
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though do I personally think that like would I fire this up or Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? What do you fucking think? But like, but The Color Purple, like you watch and you're like, this is kind of undeniably just really good, which is something I think people like, especially like the culture critics, which I'm not saying who's right or wrong in this, but a lot of people have, of course, made the argument, was he the person to tell the story? I don't think anyone's really right or wrong in that assessment, but the only thing I can say is that it's a huge classic, and it touched generations.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a very important
it is
film.
the best version of it directed by a white man that I think there could possibly be, because he's so respectful to the material and the characters, and he gives
That's very true.
so much grace to them that I think it's just a superbly well-made movie.
Well, I think it's a movie that you're right. It's very well made, and this is probably the best version of it that you could have given the circumstances. Because in 1985, I don't know if this would have been made like by a black director and
10
like
10 years
given the
later
cast that needs.
10 years later it'd be Spike or whatever.
Yeah, it didn't have that. It's like, to me, it's like a better story and a better script than it is a movie.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and better performances than it is like as a movie. It doesn't quite.
Yeah.
It comes together a little bit. Again, to the point that you were making about like Amistad, it feels a little bit like neutered at points.
Absolutely.
To the point that I'm like, I could watch this in a history class.
It feels a bit focus grouped. It feels a bit like he is just kind of playing the hits. But it just works at the end of the day. Like when
parts
it
of it
ends,
do work. The ending really, really works.
Like between the sisters reuniting and also
Nettie comes home.
But even like Danny Glover, like in the church at the end, and like what he does for them, like it just dude, it works.
One thing I wanted to mention is like this movie is directly linked to Sinners. Like there's the whole sequence of like the jazz and the club at the juke joint and then the church and those kind of singing on top of each other to the point that they break like into the church kind of all singing the song together is like I could not stop thinking about
even
Sinners
the design of the barn itself.
Exactly. Of the juke joint and of the church. Like I was like, oh, this is we're watching those kind of
also maybe last thing I'll like praise about the movie, but he gets a lot of mileage out of Danny Glover's house in the movie because it's such a confined space, yet he makes it feel so vast. Because when you're with oh my god, I forgot the Whoopi Goldberg's character's name, but Celie, you're stuck you're kind of stuck in that house the same way she is. But like, oh my god, the scene where she's like shaving him, the tension in that scene,
is
great. One of the best Spielberg sequences I've ever seen.
He does that in E.T. too, by the way. The house feels I mean, it transforms a million times, but it also just feels gigantic.
Yeah, again, it's not like a personal favorite of mine, but I think it's undeniably just really good and really well made.
It's really,
I think at the time it also felt a little out of step because it's pretty dark.
It is.
Like this movie's pretty fucked up, and like I don't think
really
people were
sad,
used to. I mean, this is pre-Schindler. Like people weren't ready for Spielberg to go this dark.
But it's generational. Like people love this story, and I think everyone kind of universally agrees. He nailed it. I mean, for a lot of people, it's one of their favorite movies of all time. So, and I understand that. So it's really good. 21, to your point, Ernest, or the question you asked me earlier of like what changed drastically. This one's probably the most I've dropped a movie, even though I do kind of love it. Lincoln.
Lincoln 21.
Now listen.
This is shocking.
I'm a huge history buff. I saw this movie in theaters when I was like freshman in high school.
Number 47 like really dropped Lincoln down a peg.
I think that's funny.
Now that you see like what can really be done for this country.
Once I got past the next election cycle, I was like, okay. No, I think upon rewatching it, how do I put this? A great assortment of actors, just too many actors maybe in one movie. Like every character, it's kind of like the Oppenheimer effect where
it's a lot of guys.
No matter how small the role, there is the one soldier at the beginning that Lincoln talks to and that tells him about he like after the Gettysburg Address or something. It's fucking Coleman Domingo. One single scene, and it's just Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
That's the only other time they worked together. Before.
Yeah. Yes. Adam Driver is in like 2 scenes.
Wow, Baby Driver.
You know,
our boy Lee Pace is in this movie. Lee Pace is in here.
Like every actor.
Jared Harris. Fucking
Elizabeth Marvel.
Jeremy Strong. What the hell?
Yeah. Again, one scene. The only thing. My biggest knock with it is that it does like have that weird quality that he's been mocked for in his later career of like they just feel like it feels a little bit too bubbly. Like it's not like the edge that he had in his earlier career. And I do kind of agree with that. And there was a bit of a sacchariness to this one that upon rewatch that I loved when I was younger, that I did find a little bit cloying at times in this. But that being said, when it's hitting, when it's Daniel Day-Lewis fucking acting his ass off and there's like no score underneath it, it's just quiet and he's just acting.
He is Lincoln.
He is fucking Lincoln. And I watched like on the Blu-ray, like I watched like the full documentary, like making of, and he talked, there's like a 30-minute segment about his method acting that like blew my mind. Also, I will say Tommy Lee Jones is insanely good in this movie. It's not very historically sound either, with how like, and also again, my high school history teacher came on the pod.
Oh, he schooled you?
Yeah, I knew I was a AP history buff, so I love that stuff. So I already kind of knew it. I just was more excusing of it, but when it came out, and that's not even really like a criticism of mine. I don't necessarily care about that.
Yeah, it's one of those like, does it need to? Like my I was just talking to my girlfriend's sister who like just graduated to become a nurse, and she was talking about how like a lot of things in the pit bothered her, and I was like, well, thank God I don't have to care about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no.
Fortunately for me,
exactly.
it all is real.
I got to enjoy it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is incredible. It looks beautiful. There's an assortment of amazing sequences in it. But like the scene where he's like going now, like it's so great. But I just didn't live up to how much I loved it originally.
Yeah.
So I had to bump it because I fell in love with so many of these other next 20 movies.
I am just looking at the list to your point about being a lot of guys. Did you know that Lucas Haas and Dane DeHaan are in this movie as first and second white soldier?
Yeah, they're in the same opening scene as I believe in the opening scene with
Fucking David Oyelowo, Oyelowo from Selma is just in one scene.
Yep. I mean, there's so many actors in this that just appear for one scene. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Robert Lincoln. He's pretty good in it.
Bill
Sally
Camp
Field's
plays
great.
Mr. Jolly.
Oh, he's great in it. Him and John Hawkes and Jackie Earle Haley are also great in the movie. Tim Blake Nelson, shout out to him, always. Great. Michael Stuhlbarg. I mean, dude, just every fucking Walton Goggins. I mean, every single person in the world is in this movie.
He belongs in the 1800s.
Yeah.
He was meant for that world.
Yeah, very good movie. Just didn't quite reach the highs I remember.
Wow.
20 War of the Worlds. I think
That seems right.
I need to
That sounds
rewatch
right.
this.
Yeah, it's
actually also have it 20 on my list.
there is kind of like an awkwardness to it in places that and my friend Hannah that came on the pod for it, she loves this movie, and she oh my goodness, no, we're talking off mic. I'm sorry, my friend Sean, friend of the pod, came on for that one, but she was talking to me off mic. She came on for Minority Report, but she was telling me off mic how she was like, I love that movie, but I cannot get past how bad the son is in it. And
It's so rough.
He's rough. Yeah. One of those like historic actors that I believe did not like.
Yeah.
He got cast.
Justin
and just
Chatwin
never showed up again.
Well, you know what his second best role
Dragon Ball.
is Dragon Ball Evolution.
yeah, very very rough performance.
The movie gives him so much time, and it's like, can we get back to Dakota? And Tom?
who is giving an all-time child performance?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this
Yeah.
jackass cannot, like as a 22-year-old, cannot even play.
Yeah,
like,
it's so like it's so tough how like one of the more memorable parts of that movie is how it's like support the troops.
Yes.
You gotta join the troops.
This movie is
son.
like this is like
So-
his post 9/11 movie. Like
Well,
this
and-
is his.
But I will say, I mean, to defend that a bit, it's very cynical to that though, because I think what it shows, I mean, if you remember how that turns out for the son is not good. It's like how blind recruitment just often leads to like death, and that like they don't even know what they're signing up for, and that's kind of
the
the thing.
son lives.
Well, I mean, but they think for a long majority that
Yeah.
he's dead, and but also like the way that he gets recruited, he kind of like disappears into the shadows, and then the aliens fuck them up.
Yeah.
You know, like all of them, like so many soldiers instantly enlist and die before they even know what they're fighting.
Tom is fucking awesome.
He's great in it. He plays the everyman perfectly. It's kind of something he never did.
He
prior to
throws
this.
ball.
One of the best. Only Spielberg could have the subtlety. When you want to display that there is a rift between the father and son, have the father wear a New York Yankees cap and the son wear a Boston Red Sox cap. If you really want to convey that there's a divide in the household, do that. I love that Dakota Fanning's like, you don't even have cable here. I can't watch SpongeBob. Just great stuff.
He doesn't know how to prepare like a sandwich.
It could have
He
been worse. She
struggles
could have
with the
been like,
peanut
I
butter.
can't watch Camp
Dude.
Laszlo.
That scene is so funny where he's like angrily, like he's like fighting
He
with his
throws
son.
the bread.
He's here, you make the sandwich, and it's so good. Did you guys do this on the Tom series? I'm guessing.
No,
so.
we ended before this. I
Wait,
I have
really?
not seen this movie in years.
What was
this,
the cutoff movie again?
it was Mission
Minority
Impossible 2.
Report.
What if we just keep going?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I'm here for it.
Digger?
I'm here for it.
It's coming.
Blank Check did the Spielberg,
Terminal?
like they did the half and half. You could always just return to it.
We
Yeah.
might just have to return to Cruise because his
And
21st
Hanks.
century is
Yeah.
fascinating. And
It's-
same with Hanks too. Like War of the Worlds, this was the first Spielberg movie that I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, I guess just chronologically, this would have been my first time seeing Cruise in theaters because this was before Mission Impossible 3.
I really wanted to see this in theaters, but my mom was concerned. She told me, she's like, I asked her to see it, and I remember her like looking me in the eyes and saying, like, I don't think you can.
Well, I mean,
it's harrowing.
Yeah, well, it's
I
05.
agree with her assessment in hindsight.
So what, you were 7?
2005?
Yeah.
I was 7 when this came out.
That is like kind of like 10. I remember getting, because this movie, like the promos for this were fucking everywhere. Like they were playing on like, I think there was even like some like little like teasers, maybe not on Cartoon Network, but on like MTV and VH1. Like they were playing all the time. Cruise at that point was like everywhere. And like I remember
ESPN
becoming
especially.
obsessed.
Like
ESPN.
Yeah.
I was watching like SportsCenter a lot that time, and this was just always on.
Is this the movie he jumped on the couch for?
Yes.
Yes. Katie Holmes.
This is it.
And
I remember like just being obsessed with like what this movie was. I think I remember as a kid, I don't even remember how I did because this is such early internet, but listening to like the original radio broadcast of War of the Worlds.
It's crazy, man.
In order like to get really excited for seeing this movie in theaters.
And also like the narration mirroring the original transcription of that show. No, it's great. I mean, it's very good. It's just a little awkward in segments, like the child
as it goes along.
The son's not great in it, and some of the like
Tim Robbins, like.
Oh, I love that part because he's like, you know, that kind of shows like the reality of like what if they remain sheltered, like what does that do to a person? Like it's kind of like early like red pill like commentary of like
in the basement.
Yeah, like if you're just like harp on like making an enemy out of something you don't quite understand, you're just gonna lose your mind and turn you against like people in your own community. I think it's really interesting. There's just some visual elements that don't quite work. That's my only like real gripe.
I remember when they go up into the pod at the end, being like
really weird.
Well, the red webbing looks fucking awesome. Oh, dude. All that's cool.
When they're in Tim Robbins' basement, and it's like all throughout his basement, and then the one is like probing the area, and he has like the axe. It's so good.
And, you know, he just kind of does 9/11, like the arrival of the aliens.
I mean, it's about
getting fucking pulverized.
It's about community, and it's about New Yorkers coming together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his 9/11 movie.
We've been having a lot of scary lightning here in Central Florida. The fact that like in this film, the aliens come out of the lightning hitting multiple times. In one spot. Very scary.
Shout out to the Scary Movie 4 bit where they parodied this, and it's a giant iPod.
I remember
that. And then in the end credits, they mock. They shot an extra bit of like after post production of him jumping on the couch.
Those movies were built to expire immediately.
Yeah,
I think.
Watching the new
6 months
scary,
later,
well, it's funny watching the new Scary Movie because it's like trying to riff on things right now, but also it's like we're doing a Get Out bit, and it's like, oh brother, that's a decade old already.
Only they could have a joke expire in the same movie where it's like they have Tiana Taylor literally make a cameo and joke about how she lost the Oscar, and then like 10 minutes later they parody The Substance, and then they talk about like how horror movies don't get nominated for Oscars, and then like they parody one that did. Like it makes
Weapons?
no. Well, I mean, yes, but like The Substance
Weapons.
as well, which got a Best Picture nomination. So it's like they're like horror movies never get nominated, and then.
But then again, we had a K-pop moment that happens in Scary Movie, which is one of the hardest times I have laughed in a
Joe and I were we were inconsolable during that moment. We saw it like at 10:30 p.m. like sold out Dolby showing, and may have been on some things, and it was probably the hardest I've laughed in like
Joey. I look. Once again, Joey just I think that he did the one thing that I've never been brave to do, which is 1 star and a heart. Yeah, I mean, like you never see it, and that's like the one time I'm like, yeah, this is warranted. This is a bad movie, and it has like a 12% hit rate for the jokes that actually land, but when they land, baby, do they?
I mean, when fucking Damon Wayans is like in the Sinners Church, like praying the gay away,
praying the gay away,
gay Ray. God, it's so good.
All right, 19.
Sorry, no, I want to talk about Scary Movie.
Over 3 hours now.
West Side Story.
Oof. Okay.
Great movie.
I guess, yeah.
Ernie loves this one.
We're
That's
just
low.
We're just in that area now. It's awesome. I think you and I, Ernie, we talked about it pretty thoroughly when you came on the pod for it. Ansel just really
he bogs it down.
He bogs it down a bit because if they get a Tony in this that really like works, this could
top
be
15.
top 10, dude.
Or top 10,
honestly,
yeah.
honestly, because it's some of the best like cinematography he's ever done in his career. Some of the set pieces, the musical numbers are like some of his most accomplished things. Rachel Zegler is incredible. Ariana DeBose, Mike Feist, tremendous performances.
The camera moves, the choreography.
Oh, it's
all there.
insane. I mean, like
Yeah.
the gymnasium sequence, the America sequence. Like, I mean,
How
I want to live in America.
How did Elgort trick the world for a good while?
we
we
talked
had a
about that.
deficit of
Dude,
guys.
we
We didn't
were
have a lot of
short.
young guys.
I do think, well, I even said in the Ready Player One thing that I couldn't tell you that, like, Ty Sheridan, I think also can be lumped in this, where it's like,
Ty Sheridan never tricked me.
those
I'll
were
tell you
those
that.
were our leading men that we had for like 4 or 5 years.
The
There
world
were
was
Ansel Elgort,
screaming for a shallow
Ty
man.
Sheridan.
I don't think he's a
The world
good
wanted
like
to
leading
be
man.
so
Even a Holland,
But-
I'll take.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, Holland would have been good in this. It's
Well, because
just
they wanted like kind of buff, masculine looking
Tall.
dudes.
You
but
need a tall, chiseled.
I see the vision.
that's why Jacob Elordi
but-
people were like, he has arrived. He has risen.
Well, we covered this on the pod, Ernie, where I think I see why they
Yeah.
went for it, because he notoriously goes after up and coming actors, and he clearly saw Baby Driver, and then a year later was casting this. The problem with Baby Driver is that he does not talk for a majority of that movie. And
I wonder if he saw like the cigarette scene in The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh my
You know what I mean? I
God.
feel like that's the scene that tricked the world, where they were like, "This guy is cool as hell."
The weird thing
Is that he puts the killing thing between
Yeah.
his teeth,
But he
doesn't
doesn't
let
allow
do
it.
the killing.
Yeah.
yeah, where you're just watching it, you're like, "Fuck me right now."
Listen, that movie came out. I think that book is fantastic, and the movie I think is it's. Get my friend Murphy on the pod. We can talk about how there's not been a bad John Green adaptation yet.
John Green
and
writes good books. I
and
don't
that's-
care. I don't care. Looking for
but the-
Alaska like fucked me up as a
Looking for
child.
Alaska
Best-
is incredible.
That wrecked-
children
Shit
or
rocks.
young adult literature
That like
books ever.
wrecked me as a kid.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I think Paper Towns
And
too is
the show is awesome.
Paper Towns is it's great.
The miniseries is great.
Paper Town, and also I'll say, just as the resident person with OCD, Turtles All the Way Down is like it is probably the best depiction of OCD I think I've ever seen or read in my life.
2024. This is a recent one.
Yeah, I forgot the hot girl. I forgot her name, Isabel Merced. Yeah, she's great in that. But no, me and my friend Murphy were talking about how it's kind of a miracle that there's not been a bad John Green thing, and that's. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with that, but considering how hokey his dialogue is and how easy it is to get it wrong, and yet by some miracle, each one has kind of worked.
Isn't the new M. Night?
No,
John-
you're thinking Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, okay.
He wrote the screenplay and Mike's
I
directing, which
confused
is
them.
nuts.
It's almost like his dialogue is almost like Sorkin for kids. It's kind of
That's great.
And that sounds awful when you say it,
No,
but like not in a
but-
bad way.
but
just
also,
like everyone is a little too smart.
But I mean, I was also 15 when I read Paper Towns and Fault in Our Stars, and they moved me to tears.
yeah,
and you
exactly.
can't deny that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, when I was like, I think I read Looking for Alaska when I was like 9, and I was like, I cried.
I read like Fault in Our Stars the same year, like my favorite, like when my aunt, who I loved with all my heart, died of cancer that same year, and it broke me. Like, it really broke me, and I'll never forget that. So that's a long-winded way of saying I thought Ansel Elgort was pretty good in The Fault in Our Stars, and he fit that role well, because he kind of plays on his like smug aura that's actually just a facade to the fact that he's scared of fucking dying.
Yeah,
But
you don't want him to actually play cool.
Exactly. That's my
that-
long-winded way
yeah.
of getting back to West Side Story, of saying I see what he probably saw Fault in Our Stars in Baby Driver. I was like, yes, this is Tony. And then he had to sincerely play cool Tony, and it does not work. But then again, well, like we talked about on the pod, Ernie, everything else works about the movie. It's really great otherwise. So that's why I think it's 19. You could convince me on a good day like to bump it up higher.
I
But
need to watch this again.
great.
I have it at 13 on my list. I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it the one time. I do remember liking it more than the original, which is I think maybe
need to rewatch
sacrilege
it.
to some.
yeah.
The original I think is pretty good. And I thought this was like pretty good
it's
to
good.
But before
it looks better.
Before we move on, let's do a quick couple minutes on Ansel Elgort in the Divergent trilogy.
You want to clear
Moving
out
on, what's
our-
next?
Let's fucking go.
a quick 2 hours on.
He's so bad.
Dude, he's and also very. This is the last thing I'll say about Ansel Elgort or any of this. very jarring for him to play the love interest of Shailene Woodley in 2014.
And then immediately be her brother.
And then be her, or I think it was vice versa. Divergent came out before Fault in Our Stars. So it was
they're
weird.
siblings.
Very weird. Number 18, Temple of Doom. Very problematic movie. Also just has some of the best set pieces he's ever
I was going to say, the first act, you're like, oh, brother.
Oh, dude, but the musical number at the beginning.
Well, the musical number is great.
He throws the kebab in his chest.
When we first get to this country, it's like, uh-oh.
Oh, it's rough.
What do we got going here?
Well, it's Krakosia.
And then
it's not real.
They go to the temple. From the time that they get to the temple to the end, I'm like, I think this is the best Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, the ripping of the hearts, the mine cart chase, cool. It is insanely well directed. It's also completely fucked up. Like they're eating like monkey brains and like he's like
it's really demonic.
Like the scene like where they're like getting crushed alive and like Short Round barely saves them. I would say the minecart's amazing. I inspired one of the best rides at Disneyland. It's great. It's my only issue with it, other than like the problematic cultural elements, is that Willie is a terrible love interest. She's super annoying.
But Kate Capshaw.
She's not like herself bad, but the way the character's written is like, okay, we had Marion be like a really like proactive love interest that was like equal to Indy, and they had to like kind of do a 180 when they didn't get her back.
That's like almost just as problematic as all the other things, is the way that women are.
Yes,
the women.
Is it just a matter of not getting her back, and so they had to write around that?
No, it's a prequel.
It's a prequel, which is the weird thing. So I don't even really understand why they made it a prequel, to be honest with you.
I think because they were like, oh well, he ends up with Marion at the end of
Raiders, which is funny because then Last Crusade they don't even follow through with that. It's not picked up into Kingdom.
I'm playing the Great Circle right now.
Dude, fucking great game.
It's a good game. It's a little tedious. I think I'm ready to get out of the fucking Vatican at this point.
Dude, I hate that segment.
I just I'm spending too much time at Vatican. At first I was like, oh, this is cool because I was just here.
Have you had
and now I'm tired of it.
Have you had the MacGuffin spoiled for you?
No.
Of like what it's do you know what it is?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, you're dialed.
Oh, dude.
The Great Circle, aren't you?
It's a reveal. His in-game, his I won't spoil it. Okay. When you get to what he's trying to get to and it's revealed what it is, I like ran a lap around my fucking house because it was so funny. It's a great movie, very problematic, but I think also incredibly well made. 17, Adventures of Tintin.
This is kind of high. Wow.
Yeah. What do people not like about this fucking movie?
Tintin has like fucking ride or die. Tintin has shooters.
I'm shocked that Tintin has this high.
What do people not like about Tintin? I would love to hear it.
Tintin higher than Lincoln is crazy.
Why?
This is another one that, again, it's there with the Amistad and the terminal where I just keep seeing the Blu-ray.
You've never seen it?
No, I just keep seeing it like staring back at me on my own shelf.
Hey, the Belgians were just defeated in the World Cup today.
Okay, now I can watch it.
No, I was going to say you're free. You don't have to.
Well, no, I was boycotting it.
Oh, okay.
It's so...
in Matt Freese's honor.
The direction in this movie is incredible. I mean, obviously, it's Spielberg, but like the
freed from all physical limitations. The camera can go anywhere.
What can I really say about Tintin? You just kind of have to experience it. Like it's no, I mean truly, like it's have you seen it?
No.
It's beautifully animated. The motion capture performances are stunning, but like the one takes, the use of mystery, it's a very dark animated movie. It's like all about solving a murder. And like getting to the I think it's Blackbeard's ship or something, or I think it's like a fictional pirate in the movie. I need to
retry this. I love the Tintin comics.
Dude, it's
like I was super into them growing up. Yeah. And then I was pretty hyped up for this movie. And I watched it and I was like, that was okay.
I think it's amazing. I mean, I had my friend Shaq on for it. He's Canadian and it's an infamously like French Canadian comic. So he had a lot of things to say about it, and he thinks it's like the perfect adaptation. And his hot take is that it's better than every Indiana Jones movie.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, and he brings
that's so cool.
Shaq is my boy, and he goes to bat for it, and I don't agree with that assessment, but I do love the movie.
And I love that you have this representation on your series.
Dude, I have people
let's just open up the
we have to get the French Canadian voice in here.
That's my boy, man. I mean, if anything, my friendship with him was really just leading to getting him on the pod for that. So it was great.
There's a really good Letterbox review that's like one of the top ones. When Steven Spielberg rotates the camera 720 degrees, I go nuts.
Dude, yeah. Well, I mean, the scene where he's like in the tank in the car, and then they're like they keep like, and the bird is like following them. It's like that one like 10-minute tracking
It just
shot.
keeps going.
It's maybe I'll go home and I'll dial up 1010 tonight. We'll do a
fucking good.
1010 terminal. Like watch on. We'll like call each other. We'll press play at the same time.
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg play the bumbling detectives that are like trailing them. It's great.
You know who rides so hard for Tintin is Demi Adeji-Igbe.
Yeah.
He's
Really?
completely
Five
right.
stars.
He's obsessed with Tintin. Every twice a year, it graces my timeline that he has watched it
Guys,
yet again and given it 5
If you
stars.
guys watch it and don't like it, whatever. But please give it the respect of watching it.
Okay.
16, Munich. A movie that dropped a little bit lower for me. It used to be, I think, like either 11 or 12 on my list. I still think it's a tremendously good movie. Maybe it's just you could see it parallels a lot of. It's very timely, is what I'll say, with everything like being about like Israel and everything.
Turns out that shit's been going on.
Turns out it's been.
So I've never seen Munich. I really wanted to have watched it before we did this episode. I didn't get a chance to, but this is like at the top of my
For those of you who
list.
don't know, it's about when the 1972 Olympic Games were held in Krakosia, and
That was a great setup and a great execution. That's really good.
the Krakosian athletes are taken hostage. Would it be better or worse?
Oh, fuck.
wow.
Oh, that was great, Drew.
The world
Jesus
was
Christ.
watching.
Me when Victor Navorsky was held at the airport.
This
The world
is
was watching.
this is what's happening when he gets stuck in the airport. It's because this is going on.
It's actually the 1972 Olympics.
It's like the Pixar theory, but it's the Spielberg theory.
He's like, oh no, the Olympics.
I need you to watch The Terminal just to see
I'm gonna
how-
watch it tonight. I actually promise.
Yes, I hear the accent now.
I'm gonna go get a hoagie at
dude.
Wawa and I'm just gonna fucking unwind.
I was reading.
Can I come over? I want that to be my night too.
I was reading about this movie, and I was expecting because I've heard that this movie had like a lot of detractors.
Yeah,
and I was
mean-
expecting like the detractors to be like, "Oh, the movie's too sympathetic towards Israel." No. The detractors at the time was that the movie was depicting the Palestinians as being too human.
Yes, and
That was the fucking
no, and I had
controversy.
I had a friend of the pod on Murphy that I know we recorded with us a few times, and he made a great point because I said that I'm like the film. I said to the point where the film could have gone further with it, but he was like, yeah, but like also it's 2005.
Yeah.
And what the film does is kind of radical. And I don't know if I would say radical, but it's a far cry from a lot of depictions of Palestinians in film. And there's a great, I don't know, have you seen it?
No.
So none of you guys have seen it. Okay. There's a great sequence where Eric Bana's character, it's a great arc of like, he's an agent working for the Israel state, but he's first just angered by the attack at the games, and he gets enlisted, very similar to like War of the Worlds and all that stuff. And but throughout his missions, he starts to doubt the cause of, he's like, he's targeting people, but without really questioning what these people did, or is the info even accurate? Is he killing these people without even knowing what they did? And it also just unravels his like understanding of like the Palestinian crisis as well. And there's a great sequence where he is kind of working in secret alongside a Palestinian agent, and the Palestinian doesn't know that he's Israeli. And they're like smoking a cigarette at a stairwell, and they're having a discussion about the conflict. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but the dialogue in that scene is like Spielberg.
Tony Kushner, dude.
Tony Kushner, but also the blocking and the framing and the lighting in that sequence. There's like a one take like terrorist attack sequence that is like or not terrorist attack, but it's like an attack. I don't want to spoil it, but you'll know when you see it. One of the craziest, most bloody things Spielberg's ever made. It's very upsetting. I think it's super mature. I think it's his bleakest movie too. But
more than Schindler. Wow.
Oh, okay. No. Well, no. Okay. So second bleakest.
Well, how do you feel about
Ready
this
Player One.
movie? How do you feel about this movie sort of being a response to Schindler? Because like Schindler ends like setting up Israel.
Well, I mean, this movie is very much it's also like a post 9/11 movie too, because I don't want to spoil the ending, but it plays a lot.
I know the ending.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. So no, I mean,
yeah, it connects all the dots.
No, it does. Like
now.
it thematically is very tied to Schindler in a way that feels organic, but it's deeply distressing as well.
The violence feeds more violence.
It does. Anger begets greater anger. It's very. It's super depressing. That's maybe why it's not higher for me. It's just like it's such a tough
bit of a
watch.
bummer. Yeah,
but it is beautifully acted. Eric Bana's incredible. Daniel Craig is really good in it too.
Bana never worked with Spielberg again. I'd love to see him back.
Oh, he's great. I mean, he's great in this. Kieran Hines was great.
He doesn't do a ton in general.
Well, he will return in the portal in Avengers Doomsday as Hulk 2002.
Oh, I'm counting on it. Yeah, and also I'll shout out to this lady Marie Jose Croze, who has like a 10-minute segment as like an assassin in this movie. She's barely in it. She has like a little 10-minute segment where she like targets the team. She's incredible. She steals the movie for like 10 minutes and then fucks off, but she's great in it. Yeah, great movie, really good.
17
or that was 16. So 15 is Bridge of Spies, which boosted. On my
Hey,
list.
look at that Bridge of Spies,
which
good movie.
Yeah, we covered on the pod as well.
I watched it for the first time for the pod.
Yes, you did, and that similar to how I wanted Drew to watch The Terminal. I looked at you being an Oscar nerd, Hunter. I was like, wait, he hasn't seen this. I kind of want him to watch it.
I knew of the Oscar controversy without ever actually seeing Bridge of Spies.
I mean, just fucking listen to the pod, I guess. But it's great. I mean, it's such a sharp screenplay, really timely. Maybe a
Coen Brothers, huh?
Yeah, Coen Brothers did a touch up from a. I don't remember the original. It's not Tony Kushner. It's someone else.
It's not Kushner.
Matt Charman.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the
classic Charman.
There is a specific. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's not throughout the entire movie, but we talked about in the pod. There's a couple of segments of it where it's like, yeah, you can feel the Coen Brothers.
I mean, the shot
their
of
fingerprints all over this.
I mean, this is like notorious, but like the scene where the children in the classroom are swearing Pledge of Allegiance, and then it hard cuts to like the nukes going off.
Yeah.
I mean, just like what the fuck, Steven?
That shit's sick.
It's great. It's a great courtroom drama. It's a great human drama. It's a little bit saccharine and it's a little bit, where it's hard on its sleeve, but I loved it on this go around. That's all I can really say. 14, Duel. I know I'm really high on this. Really high.
That's crazy.
The first one.
It is
the first Spielberg.
Just tremendously directed. It is. I believe it's Guillermo del Toro's favorite Spielberg movie. And that
makes sense because I mean he has described it, Spielberg himself, as this is a monster movie.
Yeah, I mean it is a monster movie, and the fact that it's not a literal, you cannot look at it literally. Yeah. I mean you can, I guess, but like in the sense of like there's no theme on display. You would have to completely read into it.
What is the shitty movie where the truck driver comes after the guy?
Candy Cane.
Yeah, what is that movie?
Joyride?
I think it's
Joyride.
Yeah, with Ted Levine.
Paul Walker and Steve Zahn. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm getting Joyride vibes.
I've only seen Joyride. It's tremendous. It's about masculinity. It's about fear. It's about feeling emasculated in the face of like uncertainty. It's also a made-for-TV movie, and he fucking cooks with it.
Yeah.
I believe he saw Bullet and was deeply inspired by like how much of a chase movie that movie was, and he was like, okay, let me cook with a directorial debut, and I think it's one of the best ever.
Well, he also made a bunch of episodes of Columbo, or a couple.
Yeah. So this is like his theatrical. I mean, he made some TV movies, but this was like his first feature length that was kind of an original.
Yeah,
thing.
But I think working on things like Columbo probably made him feel like I'm not getting to do the high energy
100%.
stuff I want to be doing.
100%. Like, I mean, when The Fabelmans fucking ends, when he walks off on the set, he walks on the set of Columbo, basically.
Right.
Like, that's what he does. So, but yeah, no, this was. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, I think Dennis Weaver is really, really good in this movie. Like just playing like kind of vulnerable guy. There's a really funny point whenever he's saying at the diner, he's just like, because this is a world prior to cruise controller. He's just like, I'm sorry. I try to go fast, but then I get into the zone and my foot just starts coming off the gas. I can't help it. Like it's why this truck keeps catching.
He's just a weird shithead.
You know who loved Duel is Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Sorry. I misspoke. You know who loved Joyride?
Oh, okay.
Is Roger.
Let's go.
He gave it 3.5 stars, and he mentioned Duel in his review.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I gotta rewatch it.
Do you think that Mad Max is inspired by Duel?
Oh, a billion.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
The rig that they're like
Yeah.
that Furios is in
looks
is
like it.
basically that. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, great movie. If you haven't seen it, and it's a blind spot for a lot of people, so I highly recommend checking it out.
I've never seen it.
Dialogue-less movie. I mean,
That's,
not
again,
entirely,
that's another one.
that's yours. You have to watch tonight.
Okay.
That's another one that I
Well, we
will
finish
say
up in like 3 hours.
just had a 4K release like a couple years ago that is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you wanna, get that.
Yeah, I've seen
Alright.
some complaints about like the aspect ratio changes and stuff, but for the most part, I think it's beautiful.
I don't have any. I didn't have any problem. Usually, the aspect ratios don't bother me as much if they're
Yeah.
not like the Dark Knight one on the Blu-ray, which is really rough because
Yes.
we hadn't really figured out how to seamlessly integrate IMAX. So it's like IMAX widescreen, IMAX widescreen,
Yeah.
IMAX widescreen, like shot to shot.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. 13, Minority Report.
Okay.
Ooh, that's low for Minority Report.
I feel like that's.
Hey.
I feel like that's about right.
Okay,
Tick.
complete banger of
It's
a movie.
great. Yeah,
I
it's
mean, we're
awesome.
getting to that
We're getting to
point
the
where
point.
it's
We're getting
like-
to that
I mean,
point.
it's a 4.5 out of 5
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
I mean, it's a tremendous film. My only issue with it. Oh, now I'm remembering what my friend Hannah was saying when she came on the pod for it. She did critique War of the Worlds off mic in the child performance in that movie, or not child, but the 23-year-old playing a child in that movie. But she also critiqued the child actor like in the flashbacks of this movie, and she was like, "I love this movie, but I cannot get over like the weird memory child acting that is like."
Oh, the missing son.
Yeah, the missing son. And I see what she means by that. Like there is kind of like a weirdness with like the way that he frames memory. It feels deliberate, but it is also pretty clunky and awkward at times. So I can see that. And I do think some of the like visuals are a little hokey. They don't hold up super well.
I think it's super
Dude,
dated.
the big touch
Yeah.
screen of just like
Yeah.
The way it looks is just generally really
and,
dated.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I don't think the final reveal of like who's behind it all really works.
With Max von Sydow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to spoil it, but no, I'm just kidding. But it's great. I mean, I think it's really good. Mean,
Everybody runs.
Dude, that's such a great line.
I wanted Colin Farrell and Tom to kiss.
Colin
They
Farrell's
needed to
so
smooch.
fucking good in this.
yeah.
he's on like just the right amount of pills.
It's
He's vibing.
But I mean, like the reveal scene of like what actually happened to like his son and like the siren, is that what they call her? Like the one that can like
Dude, Samantha
Yes.
Morton.
dude.
Amazing in
That's-
this film.
that's a great
apparently amazing in the Odyssey from what I've
Hearing,
heard.
yes. Hearing
That's
Um,
rumors.
cool. That's
but,
great.
But she's so good. I mean, that apartment scene where he finds out what happened to his son and she's reacting to it in real time and she's like screeching at the top of her lungs. Just
Should have been nominated for an
incredible
Oscar.
shit. She's so good in this. Her character arc too is incredible. Yeah, I mean, he twists and turns this really well, and he directs the fuck out of it. Super exciting movie. Great set pieces. Just a little visually weird at times and cold, but when it works, it's firing on all cylinders. Top peak, the peak for Tom as well. Just great running all around. 12 Disclosure Day.
Okay.
Wow.
I was
Let's go.
wondering. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this is the right zone for it.
yeah. I mean,
This is right.
there are there schmaltzy elements? Are there like idealistic? It's a little too idealistic, absolutely. But damn, it just wears its heart on its sleeve. It's beautiful. It's compelling. It's great set pieces. Never stops moving, like you said, Drew, earlier. Just really, yeah. I mean, it's just tremendous. I mean, it's very recent, so I won't harp on it too long. But I think it really pays off. 11, Close Encounters. Another one I won't harp on too long because we just talked about it. But
Hunter, where do you have Close Encounters?
I have it at 7 on my list.
It's my number 4.
Wow.
I mean, it's a great film.
I have like Spielberg is tough for me ranking. I more have like tiers than I do have a list. It's not in my top tier. It's
Yeah.
in that second tier for me.
I think it's an all-timer for me.
I feel like it's in the right area.
God,
with
having it above Jaws is fucking sacrilege.
that's
though.
fucked up.
That's
I think
insane.
I think it makes sense
That's crazy
with
shit,
Minority Report and Disclosure Day because these are all movies that I feel like have definite flaws, and yet the experience of watching them is still something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a great audiovisual experience. Like it doesn't have that same Spielberg like
So
like with the emotion that some of these other movies do, but it incredible.
I am realizing now because I remember because we all saw Disclosure Day together. Coming out of the theater, you said this was better than Fabelmans, was what you said. I think that you have now cooled on that.
Well, yes.
Slightly.
Slightly. I mean, it's not like there's not
saying
you'll
that it's
see,
like one
but
is like bad. Like it's like borderline top 10.
I mean, I was really riding the high of it when I entered the theater.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you're just sitting in Miller's Ale House watching the Knicks blow Game 3. And
but I still contend it's a fantastic film.
I think Blunt is one of the best performances in a Spielberg movie.
Oh, she's incredible.
She's fantastic.
She's really tremendous. Everything we talked about Close Encounters already applies. Tin, Catch Me If You Can. Just
that's
the only real knock you can give the movie is that the entire thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the true story is not.
Yeah, it's been debunked.
It's completely debunked.
Isn't that the greatest ruse you could pull?
Yeah,
I think you were going to talk about this is the worst Tom Hanks accent has ever been in any movie.
Knock.
I don't give a shit, honestly. Like I find
Is it worse than The Terminal?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe,
I guess we'll find out tonight, right?
Let's go.
I think another shout out to my friend Jane. It's her favorite Spielberg movie, so she.
Leo is so good at this.
He is.
It is
peak movie star.
Crazy how good.
Also, he does the thing where he plays like an older version of himself and a younger version of himself pretty seamlessly. Given he was in his 20s when this came out.
This is also, I think, this is Spielberg starting to like really get it with his childhood. This is him starting to more consciously.
I mean, fully about like
it's him more clearly being like, yes, this is about me. I
mean, fully like, absolutely like with the father and the Chris Walken and everything, but also like how you can kind of see a bit about like Seth Rogen's character in The Fabelmans a little bit as well about how like this guy he thought was once really cool is not quite who he thought he was. But it's a beautiful movie. I mean, the bit at the end where like Hanks and Leo are like at the airport and he's trying to stop him. He's like, don't do this to yourself. Like, I mean, it's like just great shit.
It's like nice heat.
Yeah, no, it is. That's a great. Yeah, no, but like I mean, the scene when they're in the motel and he's like about to arrest him. He's pointing a gun at him. He's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, he holds up the wallet really quick. He's like, FBI. Yeah. He's like, he's like bruising his way out of it. And before he knows it, he steals his keys and like drives away with the car.
That's so great. He's just like, it's about time. CIA here. Yeah, I looked at my wallet.
I love the scene where like Leo calls during Christmas and he's
that's when the heat thing really crystallizes, where it's like, you guys need each other. Yeah. You guys love each other.
He's like, we're going to close it on you soon, right? And he's just like, please don't. Oh God, it's so good. I mean,
I'll never stop.
I'll never stop.
I'll never forget watching this movie, probably on like VHS or DVD. I guess this was DVD. Probably from like a Blockbuster rental.
Big Blockbuster
and
movie,
getting to the scene where it like hard cuts to like Leo fucking the flight attendant.
Yeah.
And my parents like turning it off.
Yeah. It's really funny.
A great Amy Adams performance, by the way. The
really creepy stuff going on there. And it's creepy for a reason. Like the movie wants you to think it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But like when she like really like curls up in the fetal position on him and you're like, Jesus Christ, she's like a child.
Yeah.
This is a little girl.
It's really weird. But I mean, it's just a tremendous
It's more
movie.
weird for her dad in the movie. It's just like
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, time to marry you off, little lady.
It's one of the best Leo performances.
It's up there.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mean,
like it's him.
Great walk.
Other than like Wolf of Wall Street and like,
obviously.
I think
Titanic.
The Aviator is really underrated. I guess not underrated, but like people don't talk about it as much as they should, I don't think. But yeah, I mean he's great in this, and Hanks I think is also, despite the accent, I think he's giving a really empathetic performance. Just a banger all around.
Winning movie. Like
Also,
like front to back, you're just like, hell yeah.
Also, I will say from like Close Encounters up, it's 5 out of 5s for me. I think this is a perfect movie. 9. I'm second guessing this as I say it, but whatever. The Fabelmans.
Yeah, let's go.
It could be 8, but I'm gonna keep it how I have it. Yeah, I mean,
it's just the top
can I
tier
say
is too
about it?
good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I wrote a real Fabelman's high the last time that I put it, and I have Fabelman's at number 6 right now.
It's fucking amazing.
Well, because again, it's just like the skeleton key of everything, and I just like
and also just as its own movie, it is phenomenal.
Fucking rocks, man. I mean, like, when he gets to the new high school, and it's like, oh, we're just doing like fucking like a John Hughes movie right now. It's like, oh, this is just the best version of this movie.
I think the only issue I had while watching it is that happens really late in the movie, and you're like, God damn, we got a whole nother act here.
But then it's like incredible.
But it breathes new life into it. Yeah,
but I think that unlocks the whole movie. Is like how there's a whole other act.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it's borderline perfect.
I mean,
I agree.
I always think about the moment where he's just like the bully and he shoots him, and like he's kind of just sitting there. there in the hallway. He's like,
Why'd you do that?
Like
Yeah.
you fucking made me feel like I was a god out there.
Yeah.
And like that is just
And he's asking like, why did you do it though? I've been nothing but an asshole to you this entire year. He's like, I don't know. Is it because I envy you? Is it because I hate you and I knew what it would do to you? I don't know. I just did it. I shot what I shot. Oh my God, dude. It's
Kushner.
so good, man. It's
The
just
Kush.
fucking cooking. Dude.
OG
Yeah, dude.
Kush God.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I gotta go back and look at the 2022 rankings.
Yeah, but
'cause
is this
I don't know
higher?
where I had this at the end of the year or like
we all
what-
had it somewhere on there.
Dude, this is a
I had it like
masterpiece.
number 3, I think.
It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid. And also, you know, with the added bonus of it, like changing your entire perspective on the most
I
important
had this at
movies ever
number
made.
8. That was a mistake. I don't know what I was doing here. I'm sorry, everything everywhere all at once. Get the fuck out of here. Top Gun Maverick. Well, Top Gun Maverick. I'm not gonna say anything.
Also, I will say
Babylon. I'm not gonna say anything about.
lines that go like ham between me and Joe and our text is life ain't movie, like the movie's Fableman. Like
I made
just-
you look like you could fly.
it's so good. I mean, Mom Bought a Monkey. Like, I mean, God, just, it's an all timer.
Yeah.
Him picturing
Also-
himself filming.
Dude, him
the-
shooting the divorce talk is. I mean, that is the shot.
I felt
Oh,
like
dude.
weirdly like proud of him. Like, you know what I mean? For like
Yeah.
really processing it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like you finally actually
Well,
just did
the
it.
funniest thing is now when he's on this tour for fucking Disclosure Day, where he's just like, LOL, I got Paramount to give me $50 million for my therapy. Like,
Yeah. I
can you believe they really bought the shit?
also the scene where like he's trying to pawn his camera and then Seth Rogen like buys it back for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you don't take this, it's gonna break your mom's heart. Like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like it's
That's the cool thing is Seth Rogen not a bad guy at all.
no,
Yeah.
no, he's not.
He's a home wrecker, but he's not a villain.
What's especially juxtaposed to, like the scene like a few scenes later where we're like they're moving away, and Michelle Williams starts crying, and
Yeah.
he goes to console her because he's been kind of a dick to her for like the last few months, and he's finally just like holding her while she cries, and he's like, because she knows that he knows, and he's the only one in the family that knows,
Yeah.
and he's left with that, and when she's like crying and he's consoling her, and he's like. And he can't say anything to her. He just knows he wants to comfort his mom because he kind of just finally understands the pain and the discomfort she's been in with this. And she just says, it didn't go as far as you thought.
Yeah.
But it's still like,
It was like
Yeah.
emotional cheating,
It was
which is
emotional
like
cheating.
it's
Like-
kind of worse.
But, yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like it's like you
Yeah.
were just like you weren't able to get that connection.
Shout out.
I need to go ahead, Ernest, and issue you an apology. I think I was mean to Michelle Williams in 2022.
she's incredible. In that.
I think
It
I
also-
I think I remember being mean about her performance. Now since then, like and
You guys
especially
were also
since-
mean to me for
since-
having faith in Steven Spielberg.
Since
That part's
well, no, yeah. If we go back and look at our director's
Before
draft,
Fableman.
yeah,
it also just the more you learn, the more it's like, damn, his mom was like that.
no, that's the thing. Is like the more you just kind of see things, it's like, oh,
She was kind of crazy with it.
Also, something that I discovered while doing the pod was that the production design, the costume design was all like either actual clothing that
Yeah.
they kept
Wow.
or was directly like designed from photographs and
Yes.
stuff. So everything was like accurate to
like
things he lived
Disclosure
with.
Day.
I do feel like
Yes.
I do feel like this is going to be the
Exactly.
one where like once Spielberg is dead in like hopefully 25 years and like we're kind of looking back on his career of like God, he should have had a third Oscar. This is the one.
Yeah.
Like did the Daniels really need to do a fucking sweep for Everything Everywhere All at Once? Or could we have at least split
yeah.
those awards, give one to Everything Everywhere, and give fucking Spielberg his third Best Director Oscar?
I mean,
what-
I
what are we
agree.
doing?
It's tremendous.
Also, shout out to David Lynch.
Yeah, amazing.
Dude, R.I.P. Man,
Yeah.
incredible,
Just great
incredible
shit.
ending.
Number 8.
8, Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. I
Okay.
think it's just.
I need to rewatch this. I,
That's up there.
have this
I-
too.
That's high.
Junior,
I-
you have to let go.
It's fuck, man. I mean,
This is like many people, like in my
Listen.
family, this is their favorite. Indian
Really?
creators. Yeah.
it is the
Mostly
most,
because of how hot Harrison Ford and Sean Connery are together.
Facts.
it's just simply the most entertaining movie ever made.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Also, just me both being a kid that grew up Christian and a kid that grew up as an Indiana Jones kid. This just, I mean, it just really got me.
It hit.
I mean, I didn't fully get into it earlier, but I was such an Indiana Jones kid. When I was younger, I had the Scholastic book set of like the novelizations of each film. I read the like extended canon versions of it. I had the Lego sets. I had, I was fucking obsessed.
Did you watch The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones?
A little bit. My uncle tried really hard to get me into it. I was a little bit bored by it because it wasn't Harrison Ford. It was. I know River Phoenix is him in this movie, but I don't think he was one of the show, right?
It's Sean Patrick Flannery.
Okay. But
Wow.
by the way, I will say River Phoenix as young Indy in this movie in the opening, incredible. The shot, he puts the cap, the hat on him, and then it pans up.
Have you seen the Nirvana the band?
Dude, yes, dude. Oh my god, the craziest thing.
Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No one does like homages, if you even want to call it that, better than Matt Johnson. So good. Putting the fedora on him is so stupid. It's so stupid. Damn it. No, this is great. I mean, maybe not a better cinematic pairing than Sean Connery and Harrison Ford. They just go tit for tat, like with exchanging dialogue. They reveal that they both like fuck the same woman in this movie. The Nazi officer is just incredible. The tank set piece is like the best thing he's ever made. I'll say that like 10 more times.
The blimp.
Oh my god.
The plane.
And then he throws the Nazi out the blimp window and he's like, he didn't have his ticket. I mean, it's just so good, dude. And I've seen this more than Raiders.
No, this is a really good one.
Yeah.
I think Raiders is always going to be my favorite.
It's the better movie, but I mean, this is just so fun. And I said this when I rewatched it. I think my Letterboxd review said this is impossibly good. Like filmmakers would kill to make a movie this fun.
And it was the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, it ended here.
They didn't make any of them.
Yep, that's the end.
The next one, I will say you will all scream at me for having it too high. AI, artificial intelligence.
Nope, because I have it at number 8 on my list.
Okay, good. Thank you. I've been yelled at by so many people.
AI
I haven't seen
fucking
AI.
rules. Here's the thing:
Dude,
if Elliot isn't the best kid performance in anything ever, then I actually think it's Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
Not for Sixth Sense, it's for his performance in AI.
It's like a 10-minute noir mystery with Jude Law's character for like 10 minutes. And then it's also a Pinocchio movie for about 15 minutes. But also there's like a Holocaust
Gigolo
symbolism.
Joe.
I mean, and Robin Williams was like the AI chat GPT. And I mean, he plays Quad in it.
Yeah.
He plays the Bicentennial Man.
I mean, kind of.
I wish.
I mean, God, what is there to say? I mean, it's just such a thematically full. I mean, if you want to get into the Kubrick of it all, it's
I mean, that's the one thing is like you watch it and it's like, what is Kubrick's version of this movie?
Yeah.
Which then it's crazy to read about after the fact because
man.
apparently like Kubrick had a much more sentimental version of the story.
It always sounds reversed to me when they describe it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
what?
Yeah.
Spielberg made it weirder?
He made it darker. I mean,
it's really beautiful about
went
just trying to find love. Yeah, Drew, this has got to be next up on your Spielberg.
I'm sorry, I'm booked tonight.
Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you.
Of,
the terminal.
The depiction of like the mother-son relationship and how he's like yearning for it and she's kind of like pushing and pulling away. Yet even when he's past her, he can't stop thinking about the embrace that he did occasionally get from her. I mean, Teddy is fucking incredible.
Teddy.
I mean, dude, it's just so great. It's so underrated, and people are finally starting to wake up to like it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know, it's always been one of my favorite things about Teddy is that like he doesn't have like a fun Teddy voice. It's just fucking Jack Angel just being like, please don't play with me like that.
But also like the fact that Teddy,
That's funny.
I have to kind of say this, Drew. I'm sorry to like spoil, but like the fact that Teddy is present at the very end,
Yeah.
He never shuts down.
kills
so
me.
good. It's
I mean, just flawless film. I think. Masterpiece.
There's a lot to dig into with AI. We'll have to do an AI.
Dude,
pod
when you
at some
do it,
point.
look, I'm
get
here
me
for
on,
that,
man. Put me in, coach. 6, Saving Private Ryan. Undeniable banger.
this is the one I'm the lowest on out of like the consensus top tier ones.
Do you like it?
I like it like pretty fine. It's like a 4.5 star for me. For me, it's not a 5-star.
If it wasn't for Schindler's, I would say the D-Day sequence at the beginning is like one of the most brutal things he's ever done.
Yeah, no, there's no denying.
I had a friend of the pod who's on our Discord and everything, Jess. They were on the pod for this one. And it's funny that Jess was a fan of the pod because I knew Jess from Tumblr, and they always like talked about this movie on Tumblr, so it was funny having them on the pod for this. But it was, just a fantastic film. I mean, what can I say about it that hasn't been said?
An all-timer.
Just an all-timer, classic.
Great collection of dudes.
Also, maybe my favorite
Vin
Hank's
Diesel.
performance. He's really great
So
in this
good.
movie. This line about the reveal that he's a teacher. Everyone kind of assumes that he was he didn't reveal what his occupation was before the war, and everyone just assumed that he was like a hard ass or he was like a cop or something. And it's like, he's a history teacher and he was a baseball coach on the side. And then he has that great line where he's like, the more people that I kill, the farther away from home that I feel.
This movie inspired a lot of like fan fiction for me.
Yeah.
Where every time I had like a writing assignment in school, I was like, I need to put like a regular guy in an impossible situation.
What I love about it is that everyone's pissed off about the fact that they have to go get this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
then they go get him, and they're like, "This guy really isn't that
This
great."
guy kind of sucks.
Well, they keep saying like, because the more people that die on pursuit to get him, they're more like,
they're
pissed
like,
off
"This
that they have
guy
to do
better
it.
be him."
Yeah, and then then they get to him, and he's like, dude, I didn't fucking ask you to come here.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
Well, that is like the best reveal, like especially like on
so good.
rewatches and everything of this movie is where it's just like you were just like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole reason why you were here.
but
They just
also-
did
And
it.
then they get to him, and he's like, "Hey, you want to hear about a time that like my brother like disrespected a woman or whatever the fucking story he tells?"
It's so funny. But also, but when he comes home at the end with like the mom and oh my god, the most Spielberg face ever. Like when she sees Ryan, I mean, you feel it in that moment.
Yeah.
And the cut to the cemetery. I mean, it's great.
The meme of dissolving to old Matt Damon.
It's great. I mean, and like you said, it's the start of the bring him home genre for Matt Damon. So it's great. 5, maybe somehow a bit low. Schindler's List.
I have it at 5 too.
Okay.
I have it at number 4.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's we're splitting hairs at this point.
I mean,
It's
you
the
can
lowest
make-
it could possibly go.
yeah.
You can make the argument it's his best movie.
Yeah.
Maybe
God
a
damn
I think
it
it's
is.
formally like probably his
It's-
biggest achievement.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. What could I say about Schindler's List that we didn't talk about in our 2.5-hour pod?
As I kind of have notoriously said whenever we did our Oscar watch through, I do find this movie kind of rewatchable.
Insane.
Like
I mean, I
in
get
like
it,
a way,
yeah.
like it's so like it fucking sings, man. Like
Yeah.
it just like is a movie that like I'm not like fuck, man. That's like a one and done movie. I just
Yeah.
give I throw the 5 stars on and then I don't ever need to see it again. Like I could go throw this shit on like maybe not like tonight, but like I could throw this shit on like the next like this
vibe
weekend or
is
something.
right.
I get it.
Have it on next to the Norway-England game.
Yeah,
on the
dude.
side.
Have it on the 4th of July.
I am pitching myself that I didn't do the Dolby re-release a few years ago because it would have. I wish I saw this in the
Dude,
theater.
Ray Fiennes is unreal in this movie. He is so fucking
scary.
He's great. He's
Terrifying.
amazing. But Liam Neeson too is just incredible.
Two of the greatest sequences ever committed to film. The liquidation of the ghetto.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then the sorting of the Jews at the concentration camp.
Man.
Like I will never forget that. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
I mean, Ben Kingsley is great in this.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about like the monologue at the end of like I could have to say one more, just
Yeah.
one more. I mean, it's
great up on your pod. To plug your pod.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
It was a
Ernie was
fantastic episode.
That was your first time seeing it, Ernie, which is
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I held out.
So yeah, I mean, it was fantastic, and I will say some of the best black and white photography ever.
Oh yeah,
Ever.
it's
Kaminsky.
stunning.
Just incredible
Absolutely
stuff. Was that his first work
Yeah.
with Kaminsky?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 Raiders. Just
Yeah. This is the top shelf.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
it has to be.
I
Yeah.
mean, what again? I kind of feel like I'm going to keep saying this, but what can I say about Raiders?
Yeah.
it
It's
is
just the
like
best.
it's the quintessential movie archetype for like a hero ever. Like
Yeah.
other than like maybe like Luke Skywalker.
I think
you
it's
know?
like the great
Like-
adventure movie ever made.
The coolest guy ever made.
yeah, it's Amanda Dobbins has said this perfectly in the big picture, but like it's like the apex of like the best movie star of all time in his defining role, and you're watching him just do everything
the thing.
perfectly.
And like
it's-
and the greatest director. Like it's all just perfect.
it's- yeah.
One of my favorite things it does in the beginning of the movie is it names the thing that the audience is thinking, where you're like, this guy is way too hot to be a professor. And then it cuts to his students, and they're all girls who are like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
yeah, the eyelids, that one eyelid
Yeah.
says love and the other one says you.
It's a really great, like, self-aware moment, you know?
Yeah,
It's a perfect
I mean, it's a perfect performance from the best movie star of all time in the role that defined his life. I mean, every set piece is incredible, but also like the cinematography is like immaculate. I mean, again, I talked about it.
Propulsive. There's so much energy, movement throughout the whole thing.
I mean, the opening with the boulder and the Ark of the Covenant is just like, or not the Ark of the Covenant, but the little thing that he has, just incredible. I mean, the shot where they're like doing the archaeological dig and like he's at the sunset, it's a silhouette. One of the best Indiana Jones shot ever.
When Spielberg was on Rewatchables talking about how he has like a warehouse of like a bunch of props from all his movies, I kept thinking like, please say you have the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way,
I've never heard anything like that in my whole life. So the noise that Ernest's dog is fucking making right now. Is he sleeping?
Yeah, I was concerned for a second, but I'm like, oh, he's just snoring.
That's unbelievable.
He's mad at us. We've been potting for too long.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say is like the ending, like wrapping it up at the they're like, I trust the government to do what's right, and then they just like bury it in the facility. Is just 10 out of 10 ending. Perfect movie. 3 E.T.
Best movie
It's
of all
the
time.
best movie of all time. It's number 3. Like that. We talked about E.T. plenty, but yeah, it
is tough to. Do you guys have a different top 3 than Adam has?
No, well, I have a different order, but the top 3.
But is it the same? What about you?
I have Jaws a little lower, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're lower.
You're higher on Indy. I mean, for me, it's E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park. Like, I think, those are the 3 that, depending on the day, like if I just watched Jurassic Park earlier today, I might be like, shit, is this number 1? But for me, it's E.T., Jaws.
I'm curious, Drew, what's yours? Like your top 3?
So I have never connected as hard with Jurassic. I've never had like the viewing that I just had with E.T. with Jurassic Park, where I was like in its entirety.
You never had the Laura Dern face while watching it,
but I really like that movie. It's definitely Jaws and E.T. and then number 3, I guess Raiders. I guess Raiders.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really hard. I would put Fableman's probably in the back of my top 5.
Hell yeah. Let's
dude.
go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I might get there one day.
What about
honestly.
Ready Player One?
So 2.
I haven't seen all 35, but I'm going to put it at 35.
2 for me is Jaws. I think Jaws is. Again, what could you say about Jaws? It is. I think that movie has become about other things post-COVID.
Yes,
and that becomes other things, but you appreciate it from a different lens. I mean, especially living in Florida, like the COVID restrictions.
The beach.
Beaches.
I don't know if anything has. I won't name drop, but there's a certain governor here that I think it applies perfectly to the mayor of Amity Island. But it's just. I mean, God, it's a perfect. I mean, we were watching it on mute. I mean, Annabelle was watching it.
I couldn't stop looking at it.
Yeah.
I was trying to hang out, but it's like, man,
it's the best.
But we were talking
it's
shit,
so
but
gangster.
but we would just stop talking for like a minute, and then we just like pay
tail.
attention.
Yeah.
Whole fish.
It's so transfixing, the whole movie.
By the way, I can't remember what scene was happening, but you put on a playlist over it, and the subtitles were on, and Abracadabra by Lady Gaga was playing, and it worked perfectly. It
did work.
I mean, it's just a perfect movie. It's a perfect screenplay. It could be a play. It has been a play.
Yeah.
It's just like if the movie's just them on the boat. And that's only the 3rd act. But if it's just them on the boat, it'd be a perfect movie. But luckily, there's so much movie before that.
Structurally, I think that's kind of like the coolest thing about the movie is like, even though the whole movie's perfect, also the whole time you're like, get on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's all leading up to this thing. And you're like,
it's somehow, it's like, it's all incredible. And yet the end of it is more incredible.
I will just, I gotta give it, if you have not seen it before, Jaws at 50, which came out last year, the doc.
Very good.
Is great. And it kind of pinpoints a lot of the things in the production of Jaws of like, how all of like the nightmare scenarios of setting this up, ended up playing perfectly into it, which I mean, many of them are just kind of stories that are out there, but even just like little things about like, Steven was just like, we have to shoot this. Like, this can't be shot on a fucking soundstage. This needs to be in the open water, which led to so much of a nightmare with everything like in the actual production itself. Like everything was breaking because you shouldn't shoot something out on the open seas. But also like if they shot it like up, like on a soundstage, everything would have had to been up close and you don't get those horizon shots. And like, that's what makes it feel so isolated while you're out there.
That's what John Ford told him. To avoid. I think no, I mean it's just, I mean, every performance is like the best performance ever. But like even like the dinner table sequences, like where he's like his son's like mocking him, it's just like it's so. I mean, take a shot every time I say it's flawless, but like the blocking, the action, the suspense, the terror. I mean, when I couldn't help but like watch Annabelle watch it for the first time, but like when she was like reacting to like
Annabelle had never seen Jaws before.
She was getting like I saw like her face when Quint was like getting bitten or like getting swallowed. She was like, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's just the best movie of all time, except for the fact that
dudes being dudes. It's also just a gear that he doesn't show like later in his career, you know what I mean? It's a lot more straightforward. Like it's a very 70s movie, even though it's like changing movies forever from what they were in the 70s. It's still very 70s. It's just like dudes being guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also like you mentioned it with just kind of the beaches, but this, and to kind of tie together with your number one, Spielberg like has only done it a couple times in his entire career, but fuck is he like so good at pinpointing capitalism and just like consumerism and how it's like it leads to the slow death of all of us.
Yeah,
by just like the overconsumption.
Occasionally the very quick death of all of us. No, I mean he threads the narrative with the very pure blockbuster filmmaking, I think, better than any other filmmaker in human history. It's just remarkable what he does here, and yet it's not my favorite Spielberg movie, but it is in my top 10 of all time.
So so your number one, I think is the Spielberg face.
Yeah, that is the Spielberg.
I mean, it has because the scene, and it is the Spielberg face scene.
And I also, in my mind, the Spielberg face is best when it's someone looking up at something, and they're doing in this movie,
and all four of them do it,
and they're looking at fucking dinosaurs.
So Ready Player, it's it's Jurassic Park. Obviously, I don't know if a movie has changed my life the way Jurassic Park does.
The first reveal of them when the Spielberg face happens, I don't remember exactly like where I was whenever I first saw that, but I remember the feeling that it felt. And it's like one of those things that's like indescribable moments that's like kind of informed me loving movies forever.
I remember that the first time I saw Jurassic Park, I was like 4 years old, and my mom had a really good friend who worked at Universal Studios, and she was a big movie collector. And anytime they just had like just hangouts, such as she would like have me come over to the house too, because my mom didn't want to hire a sitter, and she would just let me go in the movie room and pick a movie, and I would just like kind of eat snacks and watch a movie. And I had never seen Jurassic Park because I was 4 years old. And my mom was,
thing for a 4-year-old.
I don't remember this, but I think my mom had like a little bit of like, should he watch this? And she was like, yeah, it'll be fine. And my mom says that I put it on and I just did not fucking talk to them the entire night. And
transfixed.
I mean, I had like my Sammy Fableman moment in that movie room that night. Yeah. And I was just like,
movies are dreams.
I mean, truly, like, I mean, I will never forget how I felt when I was 4 years old and I saw like the SUV stuck in the mud sequence of the T-Rex, and I couldn't describe what I was feeling. I don't even know if I conceptualized what dinosaurs were at that point in my life because I was 4 years old, but it changed something in me. And many years, like 10 years later, it got re-released in IMAX. I always knew it was one of my favorite movies. I'd seen it countless times on home video or DVD or whatever. And yet, when it got re-released in IMAX in 2013, I think it was right after like Jurassic World got announced, I went to go see it on like a Tuesday night. I'm like, yeah, I love this movie. And then when I saw it again, like as a 14-year-old, I was like, oh no, this is my favorite movie. Yeah, I'm like, this is the movie, because seeing the like restoration in IMAX 3D, like it just, I had the same feeling again. And every time I see it, I've seen it live in concert at Dr. Phillips Center. I've seen it every time it gets re-released. I go see it every time. Yeah. If it's a Fathom, if it's a general re-release, if it's like a flashback cinema, I go every fucking time it's playing on a screen. It doesn't get old. It's the best movie ever made about capitalism. It's the best movie. It's the best blockbuster ever made. It is the best movie about fatherhood ever made. It's the best movie about... You could, like, I mean, anything you want in a movie, Jurassic Park has. It's a horror movie. It's a comedy. It's a kid's movie.
It's Jeff Goldblum being hot.
Movies can be all of those things.
The cast has aged really well. Laura Dern, fucking Newman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God. Yeah. Newman is fantastic in it. Sam Jackson just as, a tech guy. I mean, it's just the best movie ever made. It's my favorite movie of all time.
best.
And I don't say that hyperbole. Like, that is my favorite movie. It's my number one on my all-time list. It
Never gets old.
It changed my
watch it
life in such a
forever.
profound way. I compare movies to Jurassic Park. That is my standard for
It's
film
one of those
going.
movies that's like, it's so good.
Yeah.
That the more time passes since it,
Yeah.
the worse new movies seem. Because it's like,
100%.
like every year it's like we stray farther from the light.
And the thing is, it completely
can't ever get
ruined,
back to that.
Inherently, it made so much money that you couldn't not make sequels, but it made every sequel so much worse.
Well, no, it's to that point where it's like, it goes to show that like it doesn't like it's kind of the age old thing of like you can't just throw money at a problem to make it go away.
Oh,
It's something like that
100%.
where it's like, this movie is made for a fraction of what like Jurassic 9 is made for, but why does that look like dog shit? And this
100%.
still looks incredible. It looks so good, and this is using technology from 1993.
Also, I think a thing that like most filmmakers that tackle the sequels don't quite understand, or maybe just the studio doesn't understand, is that the key. I mean, yes, obviously the dinosaur sequences are fantastic, and the blend of CGI and practical are amazing.
Seamless.
But what unlocks that movie are like the conversations.
It's the
like
people.
the
It's the
ethical
people.
questions and
Yeah.
the relationships. Like on the one hand, you have a very pure, like he doesn't want to be a dad, but yet he's kind of like, it's a very classic trope. He's thrown in a situation where he has to like babysit these kids and make sure they don't fucking die. But on the other end, it's like they're having very deep philosophical conversations about like capitalism and ethics of like Frankensteining deceased creatures that have been extinct for centuries.
That
at
don't
this point.
belong in this
They
time.
don't. They are from a completely different ecosystem, and yet because you are a capitalist, you have played God. It is like again, you could teach a college course. I have said this about other movies so far on this list. You could teach a college course on like how to make a movie with certain movies. You could teach like an ethics class.
Yeah.
About Jurassic Park.
Mathematics, chaos theory.
Oh my god, yeah, chaostician. Like it is incredible. My I have to shout out the 3.5 hour pod that I did with one of my best friends, Julia, who has one of the best tattoos I've ever seen. She has the fly frozen in amber
That rocks.
tattooed, which
That's sick.
I kind of want to copy from her, to be honest. But we had a
Doesn't it suck when someone gets a cool tattoo and you're like, me too. I have that down.
I
When she
should've got
first showed
that.
it to me when we like first met, I was like, oh, that's the best tattoo I've ever seen. But I highly recommend that podcast because I just geek out about it for 3.5 hours. It's my favorite movie of all time. And it's just, I mean, that scene where they're in the transition from them in the like display ride where it's like it does the documentary and you meet Mr. DNA for the first time to the hatching of the Velociraptor. All this following the first dinosaur reveal. The Velociraptor's hatching, and then the dinner table conversation about Hammond is like excited. He's like, so what do you say? And it's like, they're just like, yeah, no, this is a bad idea. Dude. Like, I don't endorse this. And
How could you?
I mean, everything that Malcolm says is just so on the money because at this point he's just the comedic relief. He's kind of like the smartass, and then he comes out the gate and says
With the
everything that maybe you're not thinking as an audience member, but you know is innately true as he's saying.
There are a lot of parallels between Michael Crichton and Andy Weir.
Yeah.
As you know, writers of these
Nerdy.
Yeah, well, but also just like broad strokes, like novels that are almost better suited to be movies in certain ways, but also the feeling that they almost don't fully understand what they're writing based on their personal views. You know what I mean? Where like certain times you would hear Crichton talking and be like, did you watch, did you read Jurassic Park? Like, what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, brother.
I do think that you kind of hit the nail on the head, especially with the whole, like, are we as playing God kind of a thing? And what does that mean? Like, I forgot to actually mention Jurassic Park whenever we were talking about, Disclosure Day, about like that's another like that is kind of a religious movie in a way. Jurassic Park is of like the
implication.
what does it mean to play God? Like if we can create life here, then do we need God, or are we now taking that role?
Absolutely. I mean, the Jurassic Park series grapples with the question like, are we living like in a post-God state where it's like, do we need a religion when we can so very easily through science and finances, more importantly, at least to Hammond and the lawyers, is like when we can just throw money at it and resurrect it. But I mean, again, Malcolm and like crew like have the best retort which is like, they're like, we have the opportunity to bring these creatures life that got extinct. And they're like, no. Like they had their fair shake like centuries ago and evolution took them out. Like that they had their fun and now it's our turn.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah. Oh my God. The reveal of like, they're
Life,
all like, well, how do you prevent population? Oh, they're all female. And he's like, no, he's like, are you suggesting that one could just magically turn male? He's like, no, I'm just saying that life finds a way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like,
the shot of like the Alan in the tree with the kids and the Brachiosaurus comes up and like they're feeding him the like lettuce. And,
Beautiful.
And the kid's like, he's a vegetarian like you. I mean, just come on. It's
lots of nice soft moments before the carnage.
Yeah.
I mean, they bookend that perfectly with like the next sequence is the kid like climbing the electric fence right before they're about to power it up again.
Yeah.
I mean, the
that scene is so tense. Like it is so tense.
The Velociraptors.
Shout out to my mom taking me to see this movie when I was a brand new baby.
Dude.
That's so
I'm jealous.
That's so cool.
How old were you?
I must have been like
one?
a couple, like
two?
a couple, less than one, like a couple months old.
That's awesome.
That's sick.
Other thing I'll just say quick because I just have so much to say about it, but is one of the best like gags of all time is like we should be fine in here unless they learn how to open doors and then it hard cuts to the Velociraptor like turning the handle.
So many great shots. Like everyone calls out the shot of like the DNA projected over the dinosaur.
It's no, I mean that's
the sequence.
That's pretty much the shot of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean that and like
T-Rex with the banner coming down.
That I mean my banner on Letterboxd because it's my number one on my favorites. If you go on my profile, it's the shot of Alan holding the flare with the T-Rex in the rain. And
So
I don't remember, I was like at a party or something or at a bar, but someone asked me, is like, if you could go back in time and like be on set for like anything in like film history, what would you do? And my answer has always been, I want to see the practical T-Rex on set that day.
Yeah.
I would love to have seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to cut myself off because I would just go on forever.
I will say again, great episode of the pod.
Thank you.
Did on JP where you really pop off on just all of the everything about that movie because it deserves it.
I mean, like I said, it changed my life in ways that I probably still not grappled with.
Well, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate it and congrats on completing the series.
One other thing I forgot to mention about E.T. that makes it number one on my list, even though we talked about E.T. earlier, I forgot to say this. I like that the dog has a little dog bed and a framed photo of himself on his bed.
I never caught that.
I caught that on the most recent watch through, and I was like, I need to do that for Curry. Just buy it. You need to get that for like Moo and Chloe. To have a little picture of them next to their dog bed.
I love it.
I love that.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Thank you all for listening. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know your thoughts on every Steven Spielberg movie.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.
Did he direct Poltergeist? or Goonies?
Patreon.com/WeBoughtAMic. Join the Discord, $5 a month. Thank you, beautiful donors, for supporting this podcast. Next week, it's the mid-year draft. It's our annual tradition, the best stuff of 2026 so far, and the return to our Denzel Washington series with the film Malcolm X, plus maybe a little Odyssey action. It's around the corner.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
We're singing in 2 days.
Yeah. We'll be there.
3 days, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Adam, please sign off. Plugs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, again, thank you guys so much for having me. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to come on. You guys can follow me or the pod, I guess, on Films for Breakfast online on Instagram, our website, filmsforbreakfast.com. And, of course, the Films for Breakfast podcast on every platform you can find a podcast. Like I said, the Spielberg series is completely done. You can go listen to any episode. But, same here like with the upcoming movies. I know by the time this post, probably already have The Invite and Evil Dead Wrath, whatever it's called. Burn. Can't keep up. Very good movie, by the way.
Nice.
But yeah, that'll be up already. I did Moana with our friend Adam Donato. We talked about like the hellscape of
What a guest booking
That's
for
great.
Moana.
I'm sure it's a perfectly sane episode with nothing but nice and kind things to say.
Yeah, he. I sat next to him and his mom at the screening, and God, what a bad movie. But yeah, no, that was a fun app. But yeah, I'll have like probably a 3-hour pod with Joey and Rico for the Odyssey. So check that out.
Nice.
And we'll have you on again for Denzel.
Yes.
At some point in the future.
I to tease it now, I guess the episode that I'm coming on for, I love that movie so much, so I cannot wait to come on for it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.